Yeah. Hey, welcome in. It is Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Hey guys, hello. How are you? It's me. Here's your hello. How are you? Stretching. Oh, I woke up like 10 minutes ago. Yeah. Hey, Ronan. Hello. Oh, you're early. You're usually a little bit later. Nice to see you. I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, I hope everybody's whew. I hope everybody's doing good. I had an interview for an interview for a job this morning, so hopefully I make it. I hope you get the job. I hope you get it. Hey Vivid, hello. Doing well, just helped my friend begin their journey of art comms and persona. Disturbing the peace. Even better to see you. Wow, thanks. Let's see. Man. Yo, I had an altercation yesterday. I was driving home from work at 1 a.m. as is tradition. And I got pulled over by the police. Now, I have a mini heart attack whenever I see sirens because, well, you know, I'm black in the South, so this could either be normal or this could be somebody's bad day. And I'm like, I wasn't speeding. I never speed on this road specifically because the police like it around here. And he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, was I speeding? And the things, whenever I talk to police, I always have a very high-pitched voice. And I always look like I'm happy to see the police, which throws them off, apparently. And he's like, oh, it's because your headlight's out. I'm like, okay. And he's just like, you know, obviously he still got my license and registration. But I was like, he's like, but, and I think it's because he couldn't find anything else. He let me off with a warning. Hey, hello. And where are we putting the dribble today? But like, I actually got off with a warning because I think it's because my record is so boring. I'm not worth the effort. Because believe it or not, I actually have a really good driving record. I've only had, I think in the over 20 years I've been driving, in the over 20 years I've been driving, I actually only have two tickets. Hi, Jay, hello. But yeah, I was like, and the worst thing is, I got pulled over literally a block away from my house. And I'm sitting here being like, bro, I live right over there. Yeah, I got off of the warning, so after stream today, I'm gonna have to go by the auto parts store and get a headlight lamp. Bulb, whatever you call it. Fun! Anyway, how was your week? How was your weekend? I forgot I have a collab this weekend. Actually, let me ask Triple about it. Yeah, Triple, are we still collabing? Let's see, Twipple. Are we still collabing this Saturday? Anyway. Don't worry, my voice will go back to being horrible eventually. I just woke up. I just woke up. We'll go back to being more familiar in a bit. My tea's too hot. Anyway. I forgot what I was talking about again. Damn. It's really easy for me to figure out what I'm talking about. Don't get old, kids. But other than that, I don't really have that much going on. This month is my anniversary, but that's later. But I'm like, I don't know. You're my favorite bushy tail jerk. Get out of here. I'm not a jerk. You messaging me while you're streaming? Yeah? Hi, Trouble. We're supposed to do a thing this Saturday, right? That's what my calendar says, right? I want, like, it has to be. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, it is this weekend. We are okay, just checking. This month is very busy for me. I have a business trip and then I have my anniversary, though. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Chat. I'm kind of bored. I'm kind of bored. Like, or not that I'm bored. Well, I am bored, but it's more like I want to focus on my webcomic. I'm starting to hit that time of year where I want to really, really like. What do the kids say? I want to lock on to something. You know, I really want to lock on to something, and I finally want to do my Catboy comic again. Does my comic have to do anything with me? Not really. I just miss it. I miss my Catboy comic. It's so cute. Like, it's been going really well so far in the planning stages. I actually, the only problem I'm running into is I don't know if I want to do it in what I've been calling book format or web format. Like, because it's in full color, I kind of want to do web format. Like, but I also want to make it into a book later. So I don't know. I don't know which one I want to do. Because full color comics, like, I mean, I don't know. I read manga, so I'm not really an anime person. I'm more of a manga person. Oh, crap. I mean, 1 second. Let me look at my bag of whatevers. AJ, you have been on your best behavior without like, you know, needlessly murdering people. So I think that's very good for you. You've been eating your vegetables, I have to assume. If not, then you're a loser. And thank you very much for the pounces every day, since I know you really want to hear that for some reason. So continue to be a very good boy. Pat on the head. Anyway. Black and white manga or full color comic? It's a full color comic. So it's basically closer to the Chinese and Korean styles. Plus, I like the ability to use color. Because color helps set the mood, you know? Yay, boss loves me, sort of. Sort of indeed. But, yeah, it is gonna be full color. I've decided it has to be color, because I rely on colors too, like, a lot. Especially because now a certain character has color changing eyes, so I kind of need color. Plus I like color associations, like, you know, stuff like that. Excuse me. But like, so I'm like, I remember the very first incarnation of this was in a really weird purple grayscale. It was a very weird purple grayscale when I did it the first time. I don't even know if I have the very first version of Catboy Cafe. I don't. I think I got rid of it. No, I never get rid of it. It's probably on one of my hard drives somewhere, because I always save everything on my hard drive. So I'd have to go digging for it. It would be very interesting to make a comparison from the first, second, and now this is the third version of Catboy Cafe. But yeah, I wanna work on that. One fun thing about this, though, is that I'll be able to put cameos and stuff. Yeah, that can be told with color. Like, it can. Like, I was reading, because I read comics all the time, not just manga. I also read a lot of like webtoons and webtoon adjacent stuff. I actually read like a couple recently that are into my we'll just call it my very special niche interest, and they've been very good. They've been very good. I think it's also one thing I think I also like about a lot of some of these like non-manga titles is that they can be very short. Like, yeah, you'll have some comics go on for a billion chapters, but I think I'm starting to prefer the like the ending in 50 chapters variety. You know? because I I think I mentioned this like somewhere else. I don't know if it was on stream or somewhere else, but I did mention that that reading comics that actually end is way more helpful than ones that don't. like I'm kind of glad that a lot of big manga has come to an end, like the My Hero Academia nut, and I don't know, the Nun Piece or whatever. Like, it's good that they are ending or have ended, just because it's nice to see what it looks like when it ends. There's a lot of whatchamacallits, the shonens, a lot of the shonen variety never actually will have a bad habit of just not ending, and so people will not know how to end their own stories because they don't have a good example. Also, Lily, you never told me where you wanted your dribble. Do you want it in the beach again? Do you want it in the sand? Did you want it in the, what do you want this thing? But no, like, actually reading stories where it ends has been really, really helpful. Like, I had, because endings are like a big issue for a lot of people story-wise, just because we don't really, like, there's not a, like, or at least, like, there's not a lot of popular franchises that actually end. Like, or end well. Some of them ended, but they end badly. Like, you know, Game of Thrones and, I don't know, Stranger Things. Things I've never watched, by the way. And never will watch. I will never watch Game of Thrones. Even when it was good. I just didn't like it. Yeah, it's hard to say goodbye, but it's always a nice journey. Also, you can reread it if you want to, and possibly make a fanfic. Oh, I make fanfics all the time. Like, as crappy as the ending was, I like, as much as I like, the Amazing Digital Circus fascinates me, because the more I think about it, the more I love and hate it. Mainly because one thing I do like about it is, like, in fact, I'm very much I'm never gonna say don't watch the Amazing Digital Circus. I think everyone should watch it just so they can kind of see, kind of what such a big mistake looks like. Because there are some good things in there, but it's interesting kind of seeing how a normie basically would handle a project like this and how badly it would go. Because it does generate a lot of discussion, and I think that's actually really important. I think it's important that the Amazing Digital Circus does actually make discussion. It's not a universal, it's shit and everybody moves on. Some people really like it, some people really hate it, and it's really interesting how there's really no one consensus as to what's bad about it. Like, you can kind of tell who and what will feel about it depending on who their favorite character is, you know? Like, after the dust has settled, I have decided my favorite character is Kane. Hey there, Nadia. Hello. Welcome in. It's okay to be mad. It's not that great. It's not. Like, my favorite character is 1, Kane, 2, Kinger, 3, Ragatha. Because Kane is basically accidentally the best character by complete accident. Honestly, I just want more Gamerverse. I haven't seen it, and I probably won't. Not because I don't think it's okay. It's just, I don't know. I will judge a series based on the porn that people make about it. Yes, this is why I don't watch more free run. Anyway. Gamer's my favorite, not gonna lie. Hoping to, for more Gaslight District. The only time I watched, the Digital Circus was when, Kinger locked in and someone dubbed Kane crashing out in Tagalog. I can't. Hang on, what? Huh? What? Anyway. But, so when it comes to the Digital Circus, like, Kinger, like, you can just tell Kinger was an accident. Because he gets development solely because he just kind of has to. What are you guys freaking out about? Like, because it's kind of like, oh, someone's gonna have to hold the villain cube, and we can't make Jax do it, even though he's very cube-shaped, so we're gonna make Kane hold it. Which is not even a bad thing. But Kane should have just been thought of as the villain from the beginning instead of randomly at the end, and I think he would have been better. But don't get me wrong, I love me some Uwu baby Kane, so, you know. Like, I'm adopting Kane, he is my son. Like, he is so cute. Even if he's just teeth, because I also like teeth. So I'm like, well, my adorable teeth son. He's literally walking dentures, you know? And like, even though Kinger got weirdly exposition heavy towards the end, he's a surprisingly good character. But I think that's only because he's a man. That's the only reason he's a surprisingly good character. Because, you know, misogyny, I guess. Ragatha, I like Ragatha, and I would like her more if the narrative didn't go out of its way to bully her. Speaking of Kane, I'm gonna send you some Kane memes later. Please do. I love Kane. But what I did learn from the digital circus is how easy it is to let yourself get distracted by your own favorite character. Like, I was working on Catboy Cafe. I was working on the story synopsis, right? And I have my own Jax. And I just say Jax as in favorite character that takes over the narrative, not asshole, abusive jackass. Which is, in my case, it is Blue. For those of you who don't know who I'm talking about, it's a Blue Catboy. Anyway, Blue got a disproportionate amount of quote-unquote screen time in the story for no reason. And it's not because he's an active character, it's because it's very easy to have things happen to him. So I actually had to go back and just kind of be like, okay, we don't really need this entire chapter because what is it? It doesn't even do anything, you know? And don't get me wrong, I love me some slice of life, but it's very much I don't need 3 plots where Blue gets kidnapped for no reason. And it's like, it's kind of weird how that kept happening. Like, I'm looking at it being like, why is it getting kidnapped so much? There's like, and I think it's just because it was very easy to kidnap his character, but that doesn't mean it's good, you know? Kane crashing out in the early episodes might have been a hint, but it was never really taken seriously. Well, the funny thing is I think if Kane crashed out, like, no, that's why I said Kane is a surprisingly good character, because his crash out was hinted at. It was. Like, the weird thing is this, it only happened around Zooble 90% of the time, so it just made it look like he had a weird obsession with Zooble. But to be fair, Zooble infuriates me. Zooble infuriates me in only a way that I cannot describe. By the way, boss, do you still want me to take care of individuals for you? No. You're fine. You don't have to do that. You could just go pick me up a milkshake, though. But yeah, like, Kane crashing out was fine. I kind of wished he was just a bit more malicious the entire time instead of... Because he's not... The thing is, his crash out was reactionary. It's not because he was secretly evil all along. You know? Then what is my purpose in the company? To be my errand boy. You can be my favorite gopher. And also, like, but the other thing I learned from the digital circus is to, also just kind of pay attention to what everyone actually does for dynamics. Not just for the narrative, because what narrative? But looking at character dynamics and making sure there's no weird plot holes when it comes to dynamics, you know? Hey, Dee. Hi, Dee. Hello. Okay, Semi's favorite something works for me. There you go. That's the spirit. But that's the other thing I learned, such as how dynamics-wise, it could have been a lot stronger. And also figuring out what everyone else does. I thought Jack's POV backstory was fun. The problem I have with Jax is that he definitely reeks of, oh no, I accidentally developed a thing for my character and I don't want everyone to hate him as much as I originally planned. Shit, what do? Give an abusive mommy. Like, because the thing about Jax is Jax behaves like like, and again, I also understand as a creator, it's very hard to see your own biases while you are making the work. That's why I don't think Goose Works as a terrible person. They're just an amateur, but that's not a crime. It's not a crime to be an amateur. You know, this is something that we all, everybody, falls for, and that's actually why most shows should have more than one writer, is specifically for this reason. Or at least, the bigger the work, the more people should work on it. But because Jax's backstory is very much geared to make you feel sorry for an abuser. That's what it is. And the reason that because again, he has the same backstory as Ragatha. It's just Ragatha, and the thing is, Ragatha's backstory is implied to actually be worse than Jax, but no one actually cares. Because, like, his is mostly, like, because the thing is, when she talks about her own backstory, I'm like, that's literally worse. You know? And also, and the thing is, it's like, because again, most of his sympathy comes from really weird places for people, and nobody wants to admit that. You know? Like, nobody wants to admit just how weird Jax is as a character. Like, again, and he's not, like, he could have been great if he was just, you know, planned properly, you know? Because it's very easy to slap on that he's a cautionary tale and this and that, and he has mommy issues. Ragatha has mommy issues. You know, in fact, he even literally rubs that in her face, but it's okay. But and the thing is, no one does that to him because, well, the only one that knows is Pomni, and Pomni's a pick-me. Where would you like the dribble waffles? I must be in the tree. Okay, honey, okay. We're gonna put you in the trees. Let's put you in the trees. I'm gonna stick you right here. I'll say there, Sanders, Thaddeus 770. Thank you very much for joining the organization. My name is Semi Enigma. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. There you go. You're all the way back there in the trees. Look at you. Anyway, Pomni is a pick-me. Now, the reason I call her that is because, number one, she's very weird when it comes to male characters versus female characters. I'll say they're flip bar to sec 2004. Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Semi Enigma. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. Thank you for joining the organization. Jax's backstory being his POV is fine. Just didn't really feel for how Pomni suddenly is able to enter his mind and taking her out of the plot entirely for the backstory. Yeah, it's not the twerk. Like, again, like, I didn't have an issue with Jax's backstory per se. The problem is that there's a lot about it that's very weird, and I think my biggest issue with Jax is that the narrative goes out of its way to pat his butt. Because everyone will go bend over backwards to excuse his behavior because they feel uncomfortable relating to a character who is so awful. That's honestly all it is. It's like, if I admit that I like Jax, and Jax is an abusive asshole who has literally treated people so badly that they will abstract, that makes me a bad person. No, it doesn't. You are not a bad person for liking a bad character. Backstory and finale to that ain't it. It's, again, slapping a, you know, a minority on him didn't make it better, because all it makes it look like is that instead of saying Jax is bad because he made bad choices, it's Jax is bad because he was in the closet and his mommy was mean. And everyone's pretending he didn't do an attempted murder. It's nice, because the thing is, I personally do feel like the fact that, like, what like, honestly, if I was, what I probably would have done is literally just make it that Jax, like, because Jax pushed her and left her for dead. Like, I'm not saying, you know, I'm not saying that mommy was right, but, like, because again, we don't know what he said to his mother, and we don't know why she hugged him or what she really even said. There's a lot about his backstory that we don't know because it's from his perspective. And it's from his perspective, and the problem I have with it is that Jax is already shown to be someone who will do whatever it takes to protect himself. So him leaving out very vital information tracks. Like, we never know what he said, and we never know what his mother said. We don't know how bad she was. You know? We don't. Because also, I'm sorry, how do I put this? Jax still presents as a man, and men are hurt by very different things than women are. Like, a lot of people don't want to take that into account either. And again, I'm not saying his mom was not abusive, but I'm just saying because we have to pay attention to how Jax behaves throughout the show, because what caused him to literally keep shooting Ragatha after she was dead? What happened there? And that's the thing. There's a lot of weird clues about Jax that if you pay attention to him, it's very much he's more like his father than he would like to admit. But because no one likes how uncomfortable that feels, they go with, oh, he was an angry little girl all along. And I'm like, oh god. Like, I don't know. One thing I also think is interesting about the show is that like Gangle gets a surprising amount of development, but no one cares about Gangle, so no one gives a shit. Like, Gangle was not handled well, but Gangle, like, is fascinating. I think the problem with, like, Gangle is that, like, Gangle is very fun to see miserable. It's fun to see Gangle be hurt, and that's why that's why people will talk about how Jax is towards her, but not how he is towards, Ragatha, because Ragatha is someone who you can tell has been abused for her entire life, and so for her, abuse is more or less normal, so no one takes the fact that he is way worse to her seriously, which I find very fascinating. Anyway, like, but yeah, there's a lot about it that I learned from the digital circus that helped me with my own storytelling, which is, like, kind of what people tend to value and what people don't. People are fascinating. Like, the fact that I know that it doesn't matter how bad you make a character, as long as you make them just a excuse me, as long as you just make them a dude, people will forgive you. Gangle got good development, but the show didn't use the development as a whole. Exactly, like Gangle's episode was actually really good. I don't know why they put Truck-kun in there, but you know, Gangle's episode was actually really good, in my opinion, for her. But the problem is because Gangle is just the sock puppet, because, you know, for Jax especially, that they didn't do anything with it. Like, Gangle's existence makes things really weird. Because, like, there's, like, things about her that make no sense whatsoever, and you can just kind of tell she was supposed to be comic relief, but, like, the person who... She's comic relief in a very mean-spirited kind of way, you know? Which I'm still bothered by the fact that, like, Zubul is accidentally kind of a predator. Not on purpose, but very much they are with a person who is emotionally, like, unstable, who's basically prime predator bait, and the only thing Zubul wants, apparently, is sex, which is a really weird thing to want in that situation. Like, I understand that was put there for edge reasons, which is why it's really kind of creepy to me that this character, none of the characters can have sex, but because Zubul's a gender thing, that's what they want, is sex. And I'm like, why? And my thing is like, with who? Gangle is the most unsexy thing in the entire circus, and so that they're like, and I honestly think that, like, Gangle was chosen because, one, easy, you know? See, it's a normal bodily need, but it can't be the only need, pretty much. Like, not to mention, again, it's very much I'm pretty sure it was done as a joke. You can kind of tell when something's done as a joke. If you can't, I'm sorry. But like, the sex thing was obviously a joke to make Kane uncomfortable, because you can tell, well, Kane is not that type of bot. And it's kind of weird that he's basically now, like, you know, like, everything is PG as hell, you know, and And I really do feel like, you know, Zubul said that more as a joke, because if by her saying that, that's implying she wants to have sex with somebody in the circus. And this is before her and Gangle became a thing. So there's a very high chance that she could have wanted to bone anybody, and no one ever said anything about it. Like, I mean, what if she wanted to bone Jax, though? Like, I really wonder how people would feel if she actually just wanted to bone Jax. Do you think Kane downloaded all the R34 ever just for that? No, I know. In my opinion, also, hey Apollo, hello now. My opinion is all, because the thing is, they don't change physically, so they still can't have sex. What I think Kane actually does, just because it's the only thing that can really work, is, so there are restrictions on their minds, right? Like, you know, them not being able to remember their names and stuff. I think all Kane did was literally remove the block that allowed them to think about sex. Because I assume all of them were basically more or less forced to be asexual, like he forced Jax to be vegan. Like, I honestly feel that all he did was just remove that, because he wouldn't really know how to make sexual organs for a plastic tube. And the thing is, you can get, and people don't know this, but you can get a lot of enjoyment out of just roleplay without actually physically doing anything. And I think that's probably what Gangle and Zubul were doing, is that they were just having very erotic roleplay, because they can't physically do anything. Gangle has literally a ribbon body. Let's see, someone asked me the other day, what vegetable do you need when your tire is flat? I shrugged and said, asparagus. Get out of here. Oh my god. But I think that's honestly all Kane did, because if you think about it, because none of them have, the only ones who had remotely normal bodies was Pomni, Jax, and Ragatha. They're kind of the only ones who are capable of potentially having the equipment. But for some reason, the two, like, it's like trying to get Kinger to do anything. He's literally like a bowling pin, you know? And I think it's one of those things, we're not supposed to think about that. We're not supposed to think about the logistics of the two most inhuman looking characters boning. Because, well, oh, hey there, Tazato, hello. Because remember, Gangle doesn't even have a mouth. Not like, well, no, both of them don't. So, I want you to look at me in the eyes and tell me how exactly are Gangle and Zubul even supposed to kiss, because Zubul doesn't even have a mouth. See, if you put your left shoe on the wrong foot, it will still on the right. Get out of here. That's why I know, like, you know, we're not supposed to think about these two. And I also like how everyone's trying to just basically make Ragatha and Pomni a thing. And I'm like, I don't know. I think I firmly, like, I'm, of course, to be fair, I'm one of those people who thinks shipping ruins everything. That is my hot take. Shipping ruins everything. Just look up R34. People are creative. I'm not doing that because I refuse, because people will sexualize a piece of, they will sexualize a pothole. I don't care. Like, people will, I'm not saying that there's not porn, there is obviously, but I also don't care, because people will literally be like, if it exists, someone's gonna fap on it. Like, so for me, I'm like, but the fact is that Zubul's entire character is reduced to being a difficult teenager, regardless of her age, not knowing what to do with her own body, and she wants sex for some reason. Also, Ragatha being a lesbian felt rather out of nowhere. It didn't help at all that the male characters are either crazy or jerks, so there's no normal guy to interact with. The problem is I don't, like, people say she's a lesbian, but you guys know how I feel about people just spontaneously deciding characters are gay because they're misogynistic, you know? That's a sexy looking plot hole someone said somewhere, I'm sure. Hi Joey, hello. I think because again, I think it's kind of interesting that, like, there's actually, like, because again, Pomni was about to jump that gummy D's, so I'm just like, she's not a lesbian. She's bi at most. She was going to hump a gummy alligator, for crying out loud, you know? Like, and the fact that, like, there's no, how do I put this? There's no sexy guys in the digital circus. Except for, like, no, like, I know we keep pretending Kinger's a hot man, but he's a bowling pin. He's a bowling pin. Like, I'm sorry, he's sexy emotionally, but there's no way there's anything going on with there, regardless of his weird glove hands. Like, plus no one thought he was hot until he had a gun. But anyway, but there's no traditionally hot people. Like, the closest one was literally Jax, and that's why Jax was popular, is because Jax is as close as you get to a sexy man. Now, in my opinion, Kane is almost there. Like, Kane is almost there, but I'm not gonna talk about that. What about the goats, orbsman, disappearing guy? No. Like, not Orbman. But, like, long term, the closest that came to a sexy dude was literally Gummigoo, who got exploderated. You know? So, I don't know. It's the shipping of the digital circus is creepy to me, because it's literally like a bunch of people pretending that these little action figures are boning. Kinger is secretly ripped, and I believe so. Not because it's true, but because it's funny. The funny thing is, you actually see him without his robe at least once. He's just a bowling pin. He's just a tube. He's a tube. He's a little tube. Like, he's a tube with hands. You know? Like, he's just a tube. I know, like, it's very, like, every other character is way more distracting in their swimsuits, but he's there and he's a tube. You know? But maybe perverts just have extra pervo vision that I don't have. I don't get it. Like, it's literally the person who looks at, like, a balloon and be like, smash, and I'm just like, it's a balloon. And they're like, I mean, I could think of some things to do with that balloon. I'm just like, okay, I guess. Everything's edible once, I guess. Even if it kills you. Like, I don't understand people who insert things in places and then get upset when the thing dies. You know? So, I know that there's some weird stuff out there, but people need to calm down. Everyone, hello, how are you? But yeah, anyway, you're probably wondering, Semi, what are you gonna draw today? And I'm like, I have to do character designs for my comics. I'm gonna work on that. Pervo vision would be a horrible superpower. It is a horrible superpower. I'm not an introvert. I'm not an extrovert. I'm a pervert. It's like, some stuff, like, to be fair, I'll see regular sex and think it's weird, because I'll literally be like, why are you doing it like that? That doesn't seem very optimal. You know, like, that is me. I will literally see like, the NSFW and be like, that's a weird angle. Why are they standing like that? Doesn't that hurt? Is her spine okay? Like, that is literally me. I can't just be like, oh man, that sure is sexy. I'm just like, that. Why are their feet drawn like that? What? So I'm not the target audience for literally anything. I'm doing all right. Just got a bunch of users to call and work on, and I hope to get them done. That's good. That's good. Anyway, I have to work on 2 designs today. Because I finished the Catboys. I don't know if I want to do, I need to do Kyo and Shoji today. Fun fact, I decided that the manager of the Catboy Cafe is Ray's cousin. Because they look alike. Why not? Okay, let's get this party started. Let me pull things up so we can get started here. Bop, bop. Okay. Alright, let's see if this is gonna freeze my system or not. It might. If stream crashes, this is part 1. Let's see. I'm pulling up the problemo. Not the problemo. Oh wait, I actually have a thing for this. I forgot. If it's this, it's this one. Okay. All right. He's like a bigger dude though. I'm gonna do this one for him. Okay. I mean, it's not gonna be that muscular, but I'll be able to tone it down. Okay. I'm just doing this before I open everything. Like that. There we go. Okay. They're gonna switch over and then I don't know, we'll begin eating Wheaties or whatever. Okay. Let's see. Oh wow, you guys didn't decide to move off into the distance for once. I'm so proud of you. Let's see, how do I get rid of my wings again? I don't know. Is this still up there? There it is. Anyway, just get a little more comfortable here. Okay, so I'm gonna draw Killer Day. Let's see, I'm good at I'm a good pet. I stay still. That's good. Let's see. Let me go ahead and pull up everyone else so I can remember what everybody else looks like. Blah, 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 blah. Here it is. Okay, so this is everybody so far. Of course, when they start the comic, they don't have these clothes, but we got these two. We got not the Tommy in it. So we have Ginger because his hair is orange, and we have Blue because his hair is blue. Look, their creator was not very. They were created by an alchemist, so yeah. Let's see, and then we have I changed her name to Evie, but she's basically hired to be their babysitter. And then we have Chowder, everybody's favorite for some reason, and I don't know why. I don't know why everybody likes this flamboyant cat man. Standard cat names, to be honest. Next should be named Asteroid Destroyer. We'll see, because I actually made it that there's gonna just be miscellaneous cat boys, so. I'll say, hey there, Demon Queen Oraju VT. Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Semi Enigma. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, so these are the OG cat boys here. You got the well, two boy cat boys and a man. So yeah, so they're the initial ones. To be fair, Chowder has yeah, I mean, yeah, he does have a funny show on Cartoon Network, so there's that. I think it's because he just looks the most feminine. I honestly think that's all it is. So we're gonna draw I'm gonna see if I can draw two characters today. So we got his name is Kyo, but I think his full name might be Kyo. Yeah, I don't know. I always just called him Kyo. But he basically has he's basically the cook. He's the main chef of the cafe. He's the one who cooks everything. Which is funny because you have this big muscular man. Let's see here. Oh wait, let me see if I can find any old pictures of him. I know what I want his new hairstyle to be. I know that. I just don't know. Now, you know, we're gonna start from scratch. First things first, I like to always do eye shape first. Let's see. I think he's gonna get like the dude eye shape. And you're like, Shemi, what is that? I'm like, don't worry about it. But he's gonna get the dude eye shape. Yeah, at least that's what I call it. I don't even call it that for a reason. I just kind of do. So we're gonna give him the dude eye shape. There we go. And the symmetry tool makes things so much easier now. Then he's gonna have the manly eyebrows. Why, yes, I do call them that. Let's see. What is it? Is Is it? Yeah, it's this one. Alright. Imagine the main man, Harry, going to the cafe. Oh my god. I mean, well, I think he'd be okay. It's just they'd have to worry about his hair getting everywhere. I think he would be like, pretty, he'd be a pretty decent customer. I was gonna be like, what would you guys do if you went to the cafe? And you're like, what do they even do there? It's a regular cafe, though. Okay. And yeah, it's the cafe itself is actually just pretty normal. It's just there's Catboys on it, which a lot of people think they're cosplayers, that they're not actual Catboys because they were made with magic. Because that's like one of the rules of the world I put them in. That basically that people kind of just don't really see magic for what it is most of the time. That what they see is they just don't see it, you know, which I'm like, I finally have a good example of what that looks like. Kind of like how with like K-pop Demon Hunters, you ever notice that the regular fans just don't see the blatant magical nonsense happening? That's literally how it works with my world too. You try to see if any of the Catboys have pristine hair, good hair maintenance. You'll probably go after Chowder, because Chowder has like the best hair. Yeah. Okay, and I keep forgetting to put this at the top. But honestly, like one thing I actually am happy about is that I actually because I did some actual work on my my setting, because the Catboy Cafe also is in the New Brightston, the city that my lore takes place in. Because it's also in New Brightston, that actually makes it so technically any employees can go to the Catboy Cafe. So what you're saying is I can have the world's best party tricks? Yes. Yeah. Why are you blocking me? Grimsby, why? The betrayal. Can't believe you. See, that works. I think he tends to... He does smile, so... You have to kind of figure out if a character smiles by default or not. Yeah. He's also, like, my other favorite thing about this guy is that he is also my other favorite yaoi bait character. Because, yes, I do intend to make yaoi bait without actually making yaoi, because I hate yaoi low-key, but, like... He's, like, my other favorite yaoi bait character, you know? He lives with a dude who's his best friend, you know? They're basically married, but they're not actually dating, and it's really funny to me, because I like making characters like that. Like, I just straight up do. Like, no one can stop me from making blatant yaoi bait. Like, if you ship them, that's your problem. Yeah. Especially because it's like, I don't know what is up with, like, what do you call, like, the white hair and the black hair guy. There's a guy with black hair and there's a guy with white hair, and they're always paired together. And I like just making them friends. Like, these two are just friends. There we go. I think that works. Because I'm like, I will make this yaoi bait character, and it should be fun, because I actually authentically like yaoi bait. There we go. Ah, my eyes. Yeah. Sorry, I'm scratching my chin. Anyway. There we go, much better. Yes, but he likes cooking, and he doesn't like cleaning, but he does like cooking. It's just something he just kind of got into later. Yeah. Like basically before like Evie got to the job of working at the cafe, he was kind of like the main one in charge of feeding them, but he does not like doing it. Just forgot to have an extra fabric. Who's the new guy? I was cutting fabric. Oh, this is gonna be Kyo. He's the guy he's the white-haired guy who did the what are you meme, and Ginger said gingerbread. He's like the chef guy. What are you? Gingerbread. Oh my god. I've also wanted to cut his hair for a while, so he's gonna definitely have shorter hair than his original incarnation, so there's that. Yeah, but Yeah, he's like, yeah, he's not a cat boy, but he works at the cafe. He's like a regular dude. Yeah, he's a regular dude that works at the cat. Well, okay, technically he's not regular either, but that's a lot of lore nonsense. No one cares about that. But he does. But yeah, he works at the cafe as the guy who cooks most of the food. He does get an apprentice later because they do get pretty popular. So he does get himself one of them there. Apprentices, you know. But yeah, he's a pretty down-to-earth guy. Knows how to throw knives or whatever. Let's see, what kind of hair do I want to give you? I know. I think he's gonna get like the weird Korean boyfriend cut. You know, like the how male leads tend to always just have a very specific hairstyle. I might give him that. He has a toothpick because he used to smoke, but he doesn't smoke anymore. So he just has like, he literally treats toothpicks like cigarettes. Let's see. What am I gonna do for your hair though? Let's do the outside in. So I think, wait a second. I'm gonna look up a reference of Korean male lead hair. Because I wanted to have Korean male lead hair. No. Manhwa. Oh god, I can't spell. Oh my jeez. Okay, Manhwa. Manhwa male lead. All right, Google. What are you gonna give me? I always have to put negative AI. I have to always put minus AI so I don't keep getting AI slop. Let's see, what is the first thing I get? Yep, that is definitely male lead hair. Oh god. Now imagine his toothpick suddenly lighting up at the end and sometimes because he smokes so much. Oh man. Like he's a... Like literally on his breaks, he has like the little box of toothpicks, and he's just like, you know, he like does the thing you do with cigarettes. He just does that. No, I want it to be shorter than that. It's probably shorter in the back than it is in the front, or something like that. But yeah, he's just like, I don't. Wait, I think I want to go. Okay. Yeah, he's like, I don't know, I just like what was the other thing about? I forgot what I was gonna say again. Crap. But I just imagine he's like, you know, like he's fine most of the time. It's just sometimes he's just like, I did not sign up to babysit cats. Like he's like, I'm here to cook food and I am literally only here because the pay is really good and I get to do something I love, but good lord. You know. Okay. Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot. Anyway, but yeah, like he's I just like the idea of him just kind of just being a normal dude, you know. He's a normal guy. Like, now I did change his backstory slightly. I never got around to his backstory last time. But like he basically but he basically used to be a he used to work for the Hunter Institute, you know. He used to work for the Hunter Institute hunting magical nonsense, and then he just didn't feel like doing it anymore. Like real talk, he just didn't want to do it anymore. Words are hard. I think the top of his hair is actually pretty, a lot more going on up there. There we go. I think it's like a lot more spiky at the top. Because he's a rough and tumble guy. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think he has like, his hair is just a little bit more spiky. Yes. Yes. But no, he actually knows how to deal with like paranormal nonsense, you know? Like, he just got hired by a witch. Amelia is like, they call her a witch. She kind of is. I don't know. I gotta draw Amelia too. Shit. I used to call Amelia the lady who created the Catboys. Her name's Amelia, and I used to call her Carmen Sandiego because she wears a red jacket. I might actually draw her after this because she shows up in the first chapter. Fuck. Okay. So we're gonna have to draw her after this. Because Amelia's my resident sexy black lady. So I mean, what? I mean, Evie is also a sexy black lady, but you know what I mean. Wait, what am I doing here? I think this needs to go higher. There we go. But yeah, he literally just, she's like, hey, how would you like to work for me instead of hunting me down? And he's like, are you gonna pay me? And she's like, yes. And he's like, hey Jeremy, hello, how are you? I think I'm gonna put him in a chef outfit just because that's kind of like the default thing you see him in. They're gonna stick you in your chef outfit. Now let me actually look up what a chef outfit looks like. References are good for you. Let's see. Chef outfit. Oh wait, no. Chef uniform. Yes. I used to work for a culinary school. Like, culinary uniforms fascinate me because they're not as, like, you know, amazing as, like, butler uniforms, but they're weirdly consistent. They're weirdly consistent. We'll go with this one. I just like how he just looks like a male lead for, like, no fucking reason. He just does. He looks like a random, like, he looks like, oh wait. Like, he literally just looks like some random romance male lead for, like, no reason, you know? Okay. And I'm gonna put the button should be up here. So we're gonna put the button up here. Okay. So that is the beginner button. Which means it should have gone there. Okay. Oh wait, censorship. There we go. Pants. I was like, wait, we should probably put some censorship on it. Oh, man. There we go. Like that. There we go. He should button it all the way, but he doesn't. Anyway. Yeah, just, but yeah, he was, like, you know, sent to hunt down Amelia because of, I don't know, crime or something. And she's just like, she just kind of bribed him instead. And he's like, I mean, I do hate doing this for a job. And she's like, what if I just bribed you to just, you know, not do that? And he's like, you know what? Sure, I don't mind retiring. It's fine. It's like, and she has to, you know, she has to also make sure that, you know, none of the other weird hunters show up. But yeah, I think, I don't know, I like that. Okay, so we got right here, here. Nope. Oh, they're a lot closer together than that, aren't they? I'm looking at my reference. Let's see. I think we're just gonna give a standard one. Do I want to, like, do I want to, like, I'll probably put it on the arm later. Maybe. Alright. Damn, this thing's go down pretty far. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just, like... okay, it doesn't have to go that far. But no, I just, like, the idea of, like, you know... if it's like that, I think it, would go over here. There we go. Because he just seems like the type to have at least one of these unbuttoned. Anyway. The staff and Catboy Cafe all have weird backstories like that, like the chef from Ratatouille. Oh god, I don't even like the movie Ratatouille. Like, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. Okay, so we're gonna go, like, down here. Yeah, like, chefs, weirdly enough, do tend to have, like, their own, like, kind of coded uniform. Kind of like how, like, you know, I don't know, I was gonna say the police. But, like, some professions have a very specific uniform. And I don't know, I just feel like this is, like, I just want an excuse to draw uniforms, not gonna lie. I just like drawing uniforms. There we go. Okay, that'll work for up here. And if that is the... Oh, stop it. Yeah, this will be his chef outfit that he doesn't wear properly to piss people off. Simulates a person in uniform. No, honestly, I do. I do like a guy in uniform. I like girls in uniform. I like everybody in uniform. But yeah, I have let me just do this just so I don't have to worry about it. I don't want people getting the wrong idea. Okay. I don't know. Uniforms are great. They just kind of they keep things nice and professional. You know, they're easy to draw. You know, uniforms are easy to draw, which is my favorite thing about them. You know, they're easy to draw, and you can easily figure out what the crap they're up to. You know, there we go. Now I don't have to worry about anything. Some of you getting weird at me. Oh wait, let me put this back on. Yeah, imagine, like, you know, his hobbies are, like, you know, cooking, finding different recipes or whatever, you know, throwing knives or whatever. Just, like, I just imagine that's kind of what he's like. He's just, like, he just likes, he just doesn't like cleaning. He has to, but he's not a fan. He is not a fan of cleaning, but, you know, or rather, he'll clean the kitchen, but nothing else. He's like, he will be damned if you get him if he has to clean like anything else, but he will clean the bathroom, like the kitchen, just because the kitchen is his domain. So he's like, fine, I will at least clean the kitchen. He's like, but don't expect me to clean anything else. Like, I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Some nice standard non-slip shoes. You know, as one does. Okay, non-slip shoes. Does he have anything else going on? I don't think he does. Yeah. I don't think he does. Okay, good. But yeah, he's, yeah, he knows how to deal with stuff because, I mean, you know, the guys are like, the cat boys are made of magic. So she's like, well, you know, if you see anything weird, just take care of it. He's just like, it's like, if I got it. Yes, he does have like a, whatchamacallit, a mystic weapon. Though my intense desire to make him a lancer has been losing lately. I've been wanting to make him a lancer. That he just has a magic spear. I want to make him a lancer. I have a weakness for lancers. I probably shouldn't make him a lancer, though. Because they always meet horrifying fates because Japan hates lancers, I guess. You know? But like, I want to make him a lancer. The broom can be his hidden spear. Oh my god, that's actually really good. I didn't even think about it. She want to make him a doom by fate. No. Oh, now I'm just imagining him kicking ass with a broom. That is really funny. That he just has a he has a magic spear that he can use, and like it's actually just a broom. Oh, because he's from the Hunter Institute, which he's like an orphan. They only like the Hunter Institute will take in So in the setting of Catboy Cafe, basically in the setting, basically the way it works is that there are mages, so these are people who can use magic, and then you have people who, you know, most people who are mages come from a specific bloodline, but you can get people who either their descendant or their ancestor was pretty ancient, or they're part magical being or whatever. So you'll get some random people that have oh god, he's derping. But you'll get people who are just kind of born with magical ability, you know? And so, but these are people who don't belong to a specific magic family. So Kyo is one of those. Sammy, I'm going to throw Twitch over my knee because of how much it's making me refresh and have to watch anyway. That's horrifying. Oh my god. Twitch, stop. Oh my god, he does look like a fucking, like, he looks like a romance male lead and it's killing me. I'm just like, oh god, who's your girlfriend? Okay. Okay, so let's just... Okay, so let's shrink this a bit so I can make you taller. That... Because he is a tall man. Okay. And then... Can I just use this? Like, that is just horrifying. Let's just merge all the layers and not worry about it. Okay, so let's push this in. Push that in. Push that in. Push that in. That. Yeesh. Anyway. But yeah, I just, yeah, he's a, I don't know, I just think that's just a very fun idea that he's just like, he's a bit of a menace. He likes to kick doors in. Anyway, ooh, magic people, yeah, he's, so basically, as a child, Kyo is, he was able to, like, use magic, but the only problem is that, you know, he's like a child, and what ended up happening is what the, what do you call it, the Hunter Institute, what they actually tend to do is, even though he has the capability to use magic, the whole spear thing is not originally his. Basically, his family was attacked by a magical monster, and so that's usually what the Hunter Institute deals with, is they go and hunt monsters or whatever. And, so what ended up happening is his family got killed by a magical monster, the Tarrasque. Oh my god. Not the Tarrasque. So his family got killed by monsters. And he was like the only one left, because it was definitely gonna eat him, but he got rescued. And normally what the Magic Institute does is, regardless of whether you can use magic or not, it's kind of like, okay, there's no way you're gonna forget about all the magic, so we're gonna take you to the Institute. And basically what they do is they test to see if you have an aptitude for magic, and if you do, then they basically don't let you get adopted. I heard Hunter Institute and thought of Bloodborne. Bloodborne? Yeah. But yeah, so they, because they have an orphanage, but those are for the kids who are kind of able to forget stuff. But yeah, there's no way I'm about to have people with no trauma. What are we talking about? Also, thank you very much for the lurk. So he showed a aptitude for magic, and they're like, well, we can make use of you, child. So he was kept at the Magic Institute, the Hunter Institute, and basically forced it to bond with a mystic weapon that they found. And so that's why he's able to use it. He doesn't really care one way or the other about it, because that's in his and also he had to change his last name because every person who is basically from the Hunter Institute has a code name, and he just refuses to say what his code name is. Of course, because of the whole, he was, you know, part of the Institute, there's no way they would have just let him just walk out. So, because he was basically supposed to be hunting Amelia, which I'll probably just draw Amelia after this. But he was basically supposed to, he's supposed to hunt Amelia. And, yeah. See, for me, it's for me to know you, you find out. Yeah, pretty much. So he's very, he doesn't like talk about his past, like, at all. You can always figure out how he is about things because of how he react to stuff, you know? Like, he's very much a fight first, talk later, you know, type of guy. We don't need this. Yeah, he's a fight first, talk later type of guy. And which is funny because, like, his roommate / best friend is just a normal human guy. He's just a guy who answered the ad, you know? Like, that's just kind of how it ended up being. He's just like, I mean, He's just the guy who answered the ad because he's like, I need a roommate. And he's just the guy that showed up. That's kind of how it ended up being. You know? There we go. Because, fun fact, Kyo feels weird, like, living by himself. Here's our amazing powerhouse. Who's that? Oh, it's Kevin. Oh, wait. Ooh, I don't like that. But yeah, so he's he likes and again, like, you know, he developed a glorious love for cooking. But there we go, put it up there. But yeah, he's also very much like kind of, he's not solely no nonsense, but he's very much like, what are we even doing here? Also, geez. Thank you very much for the what do you call it? Thank you for the care combo. I stretch. I don't know what my posture's doing, and I drink my tea because it finally cooled down. Yeah, what I do like about him is that he's very much like, you know, he's the type of guy that'll just throw a knife at you. Like, you know, and then if he, you know, but he knows to miss, so that, and then he'll be like, okay, what do you want? And they're like, why did you throw a knife at me? He's just like, you know, just in case. He's like, he's like, don't worry about it. Now, what are you doing in my kitchen? Like, I think for influence, I think I use, like, I don't think I watch enough One Piece to really understand him. I think I like, but I do like how Sanji from the pirate anime, I do like how he's also just very capable, so I think I used him for inspiration. I forgot who else I used, to be quite honest, for Kyo. I think it's like one of the guys from like Dogs, Bullets, and Carnage, which is like one of my, it's I haven't read it in a long time, but it was like one of my favorite manga. Dogs, Bullets, and Carnage was just such a cool series. I have to go back to it at some point. I have like, I think I have every volume up to volume 9, so I have to go back to it. There we go. We're giving him the manly brows of manliness. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yes. Did you just say Sebastian? Who's Sebastian now? Yes. Anyway. I got an idea for a masked ranger because of absolutely Green Arrow. Basically, the ranger is killed by the government or the society because he wanted to create change. Reborn filled with only vengeance against the ones who silenced him. Oh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. Okay. Yeah, but the reason that the Hunter Institute wants Amelia is because, well, the bitch can make like Catboy, so she could probably make other stuff, which yes, she can. She just chooses not to. They're like, oh wait, we can actually use her to make like we can use her to make soldiers for us, so we can stop, you know, kidnapping children, because that's they don't always get a success with their kidnappings of children. The bitch can make like she can, they're like, if she can make Catboy, she can make other things, you know? So, of course, this is before she started the cafe, by the way. But, like, so they're like, you know, go and get her, and then he's like, and then he's like, but turns out she's kind of hard to deal with, so he's just like, I don't get paid enough for this, because I don't get paid at all, you know? And actually, I think he has like a smirk or something. But like he doesn't like, you know, he doesn't get paid at all, you know. And so they're like, he's like, really? Did we? He's like, how am I supposed to capture this lady when she literally she doesn't even know how OP this lady is? And she's just like, yeah, they don't really do the research because I just never say anything. And he's just like, well, shit. She like captures them, and he's just like, well, crap. And she's like, you know, I have a proposition for you. He's like, okay. She's like, first of all, do you like actually working for the Hunter Institute? He's like, is that your question? Of course I don't. I don't even want to be there. And she's just like, well, won't you just work for me instead? And he's just like, she's like, I'll actually pay you. He's like, I do like money. Also, hey there, Ashfang, hello, welcome in, how are you? And she's just like, and the funny thing about Amelia is that she, as great as she is as a mage, she does not really, she thinks things through, but people never really know what she's thinking. People never know what she's, like, trying to do, you know? So she's like, you know, hey, I can, like, she's like, why don't you just work for me instead, you know? Don't worry, I'll make it so they don't find you, and yeah, you can have a much easier time. And he's like, I do ask for your services every once in a while, but it's not gonna be on a regular basis. He's like, you know what? Yeah. A thinker versus the doer. Yep. Fine, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing some character design for one of my comics, Catboy Cafe. I'm drawing Kyo. This guy's freaking male lead coded. I can't. He is so male lead coded. Yes, face. Let's see. Yeah, he's just a very casual guy. You know, he's still very proficient with his weapon, you know. But it's just really funny. He's like, it's kind of like, he's one of those fighters you never want to deal with, solely because he's used to dealing with, like, monsters. So he improvises, so he's like, what is that one feat in D&D that I really, really like? He's like the Tavern Brawler feat as a person. Like, he is like the Tavern Brawler feat. People are already devastated by the loss of so much ASMR on YouTube. I can't imagine how Semi would react if they removed her favorite subby bottom ASMR. Don't worry, I've already prepared myself. I've decided to hide I've decided to subscribe to all of the guys on Patreon, so then I could have unlimited subby bottom ASMR. There we go. Like, that entire thing's annoying, but I also understand how it came to be, but it's still annoying because it's kind of like, it's like any problem that tends to deal with any type of spicy nonsense. People will act like the spicy nonsense isn't happening when it is. Yeah, I just downloaded them all onto a hard drive. They're all mine. I'm like, you're not gonna deprive me, YouTube. There we go. Okay. Looks good here. But yeah, she also tied me down in the basement to do exclusive ASMR for her. You're not supposed to tell people about the basement that doesn't exist. How dare you? Please stop. YouTube also's only solution to the problem is to just delete everything. Yeah, it's like, it's frustrating, and I get that. A lot of, like, ASMR, like, artists, like, they're not even doing anything, you know, they're not, and it's frustrating because there are people blatantly breaking the rules. Like, there are people blatantly breaking the rules, but they're just taking everybody down with them, and it's annoying. Classic YouTube only makes things fucking worse. Not the ads again. Oh god. Yeah. Okay. Be like, oh my god, is he dating anyone? He is not. He's not dating it. Well, no, he's not. I was debating of whether or not I actually want to give him a girlfriend, or if I just want to make him perpetually single just to be a dick to people. Like, the temptation to make him obnoxiously single is really strong over here. I want to make him, like, perpetually single forever. That he just doesn't think about it, even though he's horny as crap. This is Kyo's a horny man. He is a very horny man. Like, but I also like the idea of cock blocking him all the time. Standard YouTube, like, bruh, do I, bruh, I do despise their ad choices. Sure, play gotcha, but I don't like me to gamble. Everybody's gambling now. He seems more like a one-night stand type of guy. Like, yeah, he's known by all the local workers, you know. He's I'm like, man, I don't know, like, because I actually had this I wrote this entire, because I write fanfics about my characters all the time, and I had this entire thing where he was like just lusting after like Evie, but because she's so sweet, he doesn't want to say anything about it, but he's just like, but look at her though. She's just over there minding her own business. And all the cat boys are like, leave our lady alone, and he's like, I'm not doing anything yet. Like, it was like so funny to me that he's just kind of like, nah. Is it a fanfic if it's your characters? Yes. I will die on that hill. It doesn't matter if they're my original characters, it's still fanfic. For you see, fanfic is the style, not the substance. It doesn't... Like, is it written really badly and kind of doesn't pay attention to its own canon, then obviously it's then obviously it's fanfic. Yeah. That's why the Amazing Digital Circus is also fanfic. It totally is. It's written like a fanfic. Oops. Like, the Amazing Digital Circus is also a fanfic. It doesn't really matter that it's like they're about the original creator. No, she just made a fanfic. Like, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Nope, wrong thing. There we go. Yes. Anyway, well, duh. The creator originated on Tumblr. Exactly. Oh, the amount of people who are like, oh my god, if you want to understand the series, you're gonna have to look on Tumblr. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, I don't... Okay, so I don't think this will happen to me, okay? I don't think this will ever happen to me in the future. But if someone comes up to me asking about a theory that they made up, I'm just gonna say I don't know. I'm gonna just 110% say I have no idea. Like, I will be infuriating. Like, that's my plan. My plan is to be as infuriating as hell. I don't want to... like, if someone comes up to me being like, Semi, is this character this? Is this character that? I don't know. Like, that's how I plan to be about it. If people have the wrong interpretations of my characters, I'm just gonna chalk it up to them doing fandom nonsense. Because, honestly... From what I've seen, it doesn't matter how clear you make a character, people will headcanon them into existence. You know? They will decide, like, well, I decided that in my headcanon that this character is secretly into cheese. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about these people, you know? I made a Tumblr to watch, the single Penrose slash oh yeah, Machina X Flayon collab and nothing more. I will not read your goofy ass blog post. like that's how I honestly feel about it. I literally am gonna just be like, if someone comes up to me and it's like, Sebby, could you, like, you know, validate my headcanon? I'm like, I ain't doing that. Like, as long as you don't expect me, because I'm like, I never know what people are gonna do, other than just assuming all my characters are gay. Like, that's all I can assume, is that everyone's just gonna assume all my characters are gay, you know? Like, I'm just gonna assume that, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna, like, validate it. Because in truth, all my characters are just kind of over there. But, like, I don't know. I just, like, I don't want to be that type of author, you know? Like, I know people will get some stuff wrong about them, and if they do, okay, but I'm not going to validate their nonsense. I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah, well, because, like, I don't know. It's very hard, but I think that it's better for a creator to just stay in their own lane. I think it's just better. Like, if you don't agree, just block. So if I block you, it's not because I hate you, it's because you made a weird interpretation I don't like. But, like, it's frustrating sometimes, you know? Like, I'll be seeing this stuff, and I'll just be like, what are we doing? Okay. Like, I'll be seeing this nonsense, and I'll be like, but again, people kind of have the right to do whatever they want. I think the problem comes from whenever the fandom wants the creator to validate their nonsense, even if the nonsense doesn't make any sense. You know, like if anybody actually comes up to me and be like, Semi is I don't know, trying to think of a dumb example. I don't know. Semi, did X character here use margarine instead of butter? No, I would never do such a thing. Blasphemy. But like, it's literally just like, you know, like, I don't know, let me think of something stupid. So like, I'm like, Semi is Kyo an incel? I'm like, why would you think that? Why would I make an incel? Like, I would literally just, like, if someone asked me that, being like, oh my god, this is Kyo an incel, I'll be like, why would I do that? Like, I would just be my response, like, why would I do that? Why would I make a character like him an incel? You know? But if someone wants to headcanon Kyo as an incel, I can't stop them. I can't do that. I'll just have to keep going on and also fight the urge to overcompensate. Because I think that's another thing a lot of creators will do, is they'll kind of overcompensate when it comes to their characters. Like, they'll try to kind of, in the narrative, try to do things to kind of drive home the point that the character is a certain way. And people get confused when it happens because it isn't something that they planned for, because they're reacting to something outside of the story. I'm gonna have to fight not to do that too. I may fail sometimes. I might do that anyway, but I'm gonna try my best not to. There we go. Think, person, think! How come your lines are just just saying no, lol? I don't know. But, like, it's very hard not to kind of be influenced by stuff outside of the narrative that you're creating. But I think because I know that's something people will do. Also, another thing I notice people will do that pisses me off, but I know there's nothing I can do about it, is people like to make or do exceptions. That pisses me off. If you make a rule about something, someone will inevitably ask how to break or bend that rule. And I'm like, what the fuck? No. Like, if you say, for example, I don't know. Let's say that all people who are descended from fairies have blue hair. If you say that if you use the word all, someone will be like, well, what if my character has green? What if I make a character that has green hair? I'm like, why would you do that? I just say it. You know? Like, like, it's put there for a reason, and somebody will just be like, but what if I don't want to do that? What if there's a character that has like this? I'm like, then obviously they're not a descendant of fairies. Obviously, you know? But people love to be the exception and not be pissing me off low-key, but there's nothing I can do about it, you know? Yep, you can make them blue hair, but different shades, if you could change it. Back to the ads, oh god! Yeah. You know, and since I kind of like, because I remember, like, and the thing is, this is something that's already happened to me, by the way, if you're wondering. This actually is something that already happened to me. Where I said that, what was it? That, I think I know how to do with vampires. I said that vampires and werewolves, like, I said that they can't have children or something. Like a full werewolf and a full vampire can't have children. Or, well, vampires can't have children anymore. Only living vampires, that's another story. And I kid you not, like, and I said that also vampires cannot survive off of werewolf blood. You know, it also tastes disgusting. And someone, I don't know who the hell said it, but someone's like, well, I mean, like, can they still drink the blood, though? And I'm like, yeah, but, I mean, if you want to drink something nasty, sure, but they won't do anything for them, you know? Not unprotected sex. Oh, wait, that reminds me. I found the post that has different shades of purple. Ooh, nice. Oh, but, like, to be like, what? Why? You know? And people just like, so because I know people just like to be the exception regardless of whether or not it makes any sense, I'm not gonna take anything that people say seriously, because people just want to pretend to be uwu different. like like that's all it is. They just want to be uwu different and being like, you know, I'm the special baby, you know. Like people are just like that apparently, you know. So I'm not gonna like waste my time trying to appeal to people who don't even like the rules in the first place. There we go. Like, if you don't even like the idea of the rules, I don't care what your headcanon is. Yes. Like, for example, I made it that narratively, they're basically, so I said narratively, for example, they're, like, Amelia only makes cat boys, she does not make cat girls. You know? She doesn't. And, like, and it's like, you know, and because the cat boys themselves, they don't really, how do I put this? They don't exactly have a concept of gender. If you don't like it, make your own. Exactly, make your own fanfic. Make your own story instead of trying to harsh on someone else's. Exactly. Like, for example, like she only, like, and again, she only, like, not to say that cat girls do not exist in this world, but they're not this, any cat girls are actually a different species of yokai. They're basically a type of yokai. They're not actually created like these cat boys are. Also, there are yokai cat boys too, but whatever. You know, but these cat boys, these guys are technically chimeras at the end of the day. That's what they are. They're literally alchemical chimeras. That is their actual thing. You know? But you have someone, but if someone's like, well, what if I made it that she basically made a cat girl? I'm like, I mean, you can write a fanfic about it, I guess, but it's not gonna be canon, you know? Like, I'm not gonna stop you from doing it, but just understand that is your fanfic nonsense and not something that I did, you know? Because I put that rule because that's a part of her character because she's sexist. Let me stop. Hey, hello. You know? So, and some of the stuff be killing me. Like, I made the rule because it's a narrative reason, and someone's like, you know, but they don't care about that. All they care about is whether or not they can get their weird uwu baby or whatever. And I'm just like, I'm gonna go home. Yes. And yes. Okay. Who doesn't want a harem of cat boys? Like, look, if I discovered how to make sentient life, I would make cat boys. That's literally her motivation. There's, my favorite thing about like her is that she just, and there's not a lot of them either. There's like literally like, I think there's no more than like 30 of them. But she literally makes, like, she makes them specifically, you know? She does not make them to order. You cannot just order a cat boy from her because she does not trust most people. You know, she thinks most people are weird, so she does not make them to order. You know? Yeah, 30 is still a lot. Like, over the last, like, and the thing is, they age normally, so this is not like, you know, she makes them and they live for 5 years or nonsense. No, she does. Like, the cat, like, the people who currently have cat boys, they're all people that were vetted basically by her. With the exception of, like, 2. But the cat boys themselves tend to know, like, they tend to know if they like someone or not, you know? But she does protect them, because these are basically, like, her kids, you know? Like, she very much, like, you know, like, a lot of them aren't even allowed near most people until they're basically, like, almost adults, you know? Like, because when she makes them as kittens, you know? Like, she makes them as, portions here. But she basically makes them as kittens, you know? So, there's no, like, there's only, like, one that she did, like, there's, like, 2 that she didn't plan for. One of them is named Sunny, who is he's still a kitten, technically. He looks like he's about, like, I don't know, 10. But that's because he just imprinted on a guy that already works for her. Like, he's, like, she's, like, one of her assistants. He's a doctor, you know? And he's also a mage too. So, you know, he basically is responsible for the cat boys' healthcare. You know, making sure that they're okay and that they get their vitamins and their shots and everything. Because yes, they still gotta take vaccines or whatever. And like, so one of them, one day, just kind of imprinted on him as a baby, and he's just kind of like, and sometimes it happens, but usually they'll grow out of it. You know, they'll kind of grow out of it. This one didn't. He literally kept breaking out of his little enclosure, you know, his little baby cubby. He literally kept breaking out of his little baby cubby to like to like follow this man. And he's like, well, it's kind of dangerous to let you just keep doing that, and you're obviously not growing it, so well, let me go ask if I can adopt you. And he just goes over to Amelia being like, can I have this one? And she's like, what? Why? And he's like, well, he keeps following me. She's like, well, okay, I trust you since, you know, I know you're not a creep, so sure. And so this little guy is literally treated like this man's kid. Because he's just like, well, I guess this one's mine. You know? And like, he's just this little kid. He's just this adorable little guy who basically calls his owner dad. He basically calls him Papa. And he's like an older man. He's like almost 50. You know? But he likes taking care of his little weird cat son. Okay, let's see. I do believe he's like albino, but I'll check. But like he's but yeah, he's like like, but yeah, Sunny is like, you know, he's an adorable little bean. He's an adorable little bean. And then the only other one that kind of falls into this category is literally Oreo, which is, he just kind of finds a dude. Your tail giving, your drawing chin scratch. I can't. Oh yeah, I was like that for a second, yeah. There we go. Grab that. Did I really just draw this entire thing in purple? I am so stupid. Oh my god. Ah, I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Ah, I'm so mad at that. I can't believe I drew the entire thing in purple. It's supposed to be a mask color. Oh my god. I can't believe I just went through the entire thing like that. I'm so upset. Whatever. Okay. So, actually, let me put this back here just so I can keep track. I'm gonna stick you back here. Okay. Just so colors will pop out. I do know he has white hair. Because there's no way I'm gonna have this dude not have white hair. Anyway. Well, technically, like, I don't know. I always kind of thought he was bisexual. It's just he likes boobs way too much. Here we go. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna go with this color, and then we'll modify from there. But like, I don't know. I like that. I don't like limiting characters like that, where it's like you either get to be straight or bisexual. There's nothing in between. Okay, I like pretty much everyone's either like I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Almost everyone is either like everyone's either pansexual or like or asexual. That's actually what my actual spectrum is. I technically don't really have straight characters. Like, it's literally you are pansexual or you are asexual. That's weirdly enough kind of how I make most of my characters, you know? Just because I kind of like it that they could be with just about anybody. That's just kind of a preference, you know? Okay. Well, anyway. You say I can't blame him there. Yeah, I get you. It was joking. No, it's fine. Like, yeah, like, it's real, because I like the idea of the character not really, how do I put this? I prefer the characters make a choice based on the person they like, not really based on, like, I don't know, the general thing. And again, this is just my perspective, just because I kind of like, I don't know, like, unless it's like relevant, you know? Like, unless it's like relevant for like the plot or something. Most, like, whenever I make my characters, most of them are just either asexual or pansexual. There's nothing in between. What the world? That's weird. Switch, stop it. He's a small one anyway. I say, like, honestly, I prefer to say bisexual just because it's easier and I don't have to explain as much. I secretly make my characters arrow ace so I don't have to write any romance. The problem with me is I also love to write in-depth friendships, and I do mean in-depth and messy, so it's literally like I'd be making some messy nonsense. Like, like I actually made it that the catboys themselves, because of how they were created, they're all basically demisexual at the beginning. That's kind of how they are. They're very much, they kind of tend to fall for a person that they really connect with, you know. Now how long that time takes is varies according to that catboy, but they don't really look at someone, you know, and just decide you're my person. It may seem like that from the comics sometimes when it comes to like Evie, for example, but it's more like they already know she's someone specifically to help to be there for them, and so that's more what they like, what they like, but they're not like in love with her or anything. At least not at first. I actually do like the changes I made to Evie. She's actually really interesting as a character now. Like, I don't know why people liked her before, because I'm gonna be completely honest. I think people liked her because she was chubby. You know, I think people liked her because she was like chubby and cute and inoffensive. Because she did not have a personality before. Like, as her creator, I can confidently say she didn't have a personality. If you think she did, you are gaslighting yourself. She did not have a personality. Like, at all. Right? I would need someone to do that for me. My obvious ass get tickety hits. Like, I like legitly, when I made back when her name is Ellie, like, she had zero personality. I did that on purpose. This is not an accident. Like, I made it so she had no personality because she wasn't the focus. The focus was the Catboys. You know? The focus was the Catboys, and people are being like, oh my god, she's my favorite character. I'm like, why? She is literally a little chubby block of wood. What are we doing here? You know? And people kept like, and that was the feedback I kept getting, that people really liked her. And I'm like, she doesn't have a personality. There is nothing there. Nothing there. Oh. Like, bro, what are you guys talking about? You know, all the personality went to the Catboy. There we go. Like, it was baffling to me. Like, I'm just like, where are y'all getting this from? You know, and that's why you would confuse me, because people are like, you know, oh, it's kind of boring, but I like this chick over here, though. And I'm like, but she, why? And it's not, and I'm not saying that I wanted people to dislike her. No, but I'm just surprised that people liked her, because she had nothing going on. You know? Speaking personality is a bit hard for me too, especially since I'm playing these characters. It's hard to keep up. Honestly, what I found is make them very simple. Like, I kid you not, making the characters more simple has made it way easier for me. Literally, instead of, because I used to have like, you know, an entire pages upon pages to like dedicated to these characters, you know, and I'd be like, oh, we gotta, you know, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But honestly, 110% honestly, I didn't even need to do all that. Literally just making it that, like, for example, saying, oh, well, this character is shy, or this character is outgoing, weirdly enough, did way more for me than trying to, you know, figure out why they hate lettuce or something. You know? It was actually way easier for me to do that. There we go. Than anything else. Like, like, literally pitting their, like, literally just having everything revolve around one word made it so much easier for me. Like, for example, like, because the issue I had is that otherwise they'd be very inconsistent, you know? Like, for example, with, like, technically Ginger and Blue have opposite personalities, but because I didn't quite outline them, they kind of started acting the same sometimes. Because I didn't say how they worked exactly, I just said that they were, you know, cute. And as a result, because Ginger's personality is that he's not just outgoing, but he's also, like, he's outgoing and adventurous, you know? And then for Blue is like shy, but the problem is the minute he got over his shyness, he acted like his brother, and that made things really awkward. So what I did is I made it that, okay, so Blue is shy, but he's not just shy, but he's also passive, which basically means even if he could do something, he chooses not to because he's not sure how to go forward. And as a result, he tends to think too much, as opposed to Ginger, who doesn't think at all. Like, he's impulsive. He like, oh yeah, they got cute little colors. You can know where they are. So like thinking of it that way made it way easier for me to figure out how they are in the story versus just this character's shy. Because the thing about shyness is, again, it's something that can, once it's overcome, it literally kind of makes it very difficult to move forward after that. Let's see. Put this here. Well, yes, he does. Like, he's a straight up albino. Like, I tried to split the personality for a bit, but I couldn't figure out what triggers the sterner battle-focused personality and what triggers the timid personality. Honestly, when it comes to split personalities like that, it's usually basically just make it that if it's something that you have to be, you have to make a decision for, have it be the stern personality, and then have the timid personality basically be kind of like, if you don't have to make a decision. So, passive versus active personalities are a lot easier to think of than, you know, action versus like, you know, stern or whatever. You know, so it's like if you have to make and when I say decision, I mean a hard decision, not like literally a do I choose to do I choose to do something that would make me feel uncomfortable? Stern personality. But if it's something like, you know, am I gonna have pizza today? Timid personality, because it's an easy choice. So easy choice, timid. Hard choice, stern. So that's a good way to kind of figure out how to kind of keep the two separate. If your timid personality is making a choice about whether or not to tell someone a harmful secret, that's something they probably wouldn't do, so have the sterner personality do it. Also, hey there, Rusty Chicken from KFC. Welcome in, welcome in. My name is Semi Enigma. I'm an Ultra Dragon Mob Boss. Thank you so much for joining the organization. You can pick up your badge at the front desk. So for me, like, having it that, you know, Blue himself he basically doesn't make any decisions, you know, because he has people in his life that will make his decisions for him. So he normally doesn't make them himself, you know? But he does feel a growing frustration because he wants to make a decision about something, or rather he'll see that, you know, Ginger will just up and do something and he'll feel jealous about it. So having it that not only giving like Blue this issue of him being passive, but also him being frustrated with it also adds to his character. You know, he will never truly be outgoing like his brother is, but when he does change, he won't suddenly turn into his brother. You know, or the issue that Ginger has, because he is so impulsive, sometimes he gets himself into trouble because he doesn't think very much about it. And then his outfit. There we go. God damn it, Twitch. Yeah, be good. Okay. And actually, I should just... That's fine. And we just do uniform. I might only get to the sketch phase of Amelia, but that'll be fine. See, think of the care combo. I stretch. I don't know what my posture's doing, and I'm gonna drink my tea. But yeah, when it comes to personality, the simpler the better. Even though I know a lot of times people are like, oh, well, you gotta give them the secret backstory, and you know why do they secretly hate banana bread? You know, no, you don't. You don't have to do any of that shit. Like, you straight up don't. You do not have to do any of that. You don't have to do any of that, because again, if it's something that's that you have to struggle to remember, you know, like if it's something that you have to struggle to remember, it is not really worth it. You know, welcome back. Like when it comes to a lot of this stuff, it's actually just better if you just if you do it just do something super simple, and then because it's a lot easier to start from simple and then go complicated versus starting complicated and then trying to kind of backtrack into simple, you know? Like, it's a lot better to do it that way. Otherwise, you will kind of suffer, because then what'll happen is when they start to change, you end up with a problem where they will start turning into a completely different character. Which is something that also I notice will happen is, your character will start morphing into another character, once they kind of get over whatever their main problem is. ADHD doesn't help. Yeah, I gotta make lists. Yes. But once I did that, once I just made it that character, like, just you start with just one word, maybe two, but mostly just start with one in the beginning of what is the core personality. If you just say happy, you can start there. Or angry, you can start there. Or horny, you can start with this guy. Let me stop. Sorry, the fact that like he's just horny, but he's surrounded by a bunch of asexuals just makes me laugh. That he's just like, he's like, why are all these people hot and why do none of them want sex? Like, because I just like cock blocking him apparently. Like my favorite thing to do is cock block him. So like, he's like, why am I surrounded by all of these hot people and I'm not none of them want sex? Because I think that's funny. Because Kyo is a very responsible man. He's not gonna try and pressure anybody into doing anything, you know? Like, he's not about that life. He's not about to pressure people into doing stuff they don't want, which is what makes it even more funny. He's just like, what did I do to deserve this? I'm in, like, random hot people territory. It's like, I'm in random hot people purgatory. Oh, man. There we go. Get rid of this. There we go. Yes. Anyway. So yeah, my Tabaxi Shadow sorcerer is finally demon-free. So after she deals with the prophecy, she's going to relax for a bit, and she's going to make something for herself that had no demon influence. Nice. Yeah, like, I'm addicted to my characters. I'm like, no, this guy's literally going to be surrounded by hot people, and he can't do anything about it. And he's like, ah! And everyone's like, what's he freaking out about? And the one thing is, like, he could just, like, he's a hot man. He could just go somewhere else, but he's just like, he's like, yeah, I know, but I don't know. He's just like, I don't know. Like, he also likes their personalities, too. So he's like, maybe I just like, I don't know, timid people? It's weird. Here we go. But these hot people are cool. They are. And he's just like, because him and, like, you know, Evie bonded over cooking, and he's just like, he's like, it's like she's just made of wife. He ends up calling her the cafe wife after all, because that's what she behaves like. He's just like, you know what, if you think about it, we're all kind of married to her, and she's like, huh? Like, it's just really funny. He'll just say random out-of-pocket crap in the background. He's like, you know, in a way, she's kind of married to all of us. He's like, what? And, there's eyebrows. They're slightly darker. There we go. Because we can't give him black eyebrows. That would be weird. Anyway. But, yeah, that's, like, my favorite thing to do to this poor man, is just... It's just literally make it so he's just, like, weirdly attracted to the people around him, but all of them are asexual. And he's just like, he's not even like, he's not like, you know, he's not like actively wishing that they weren't. He's just kind of like, why am I attracted to asexuals? Like, that's more his question. Not that they shouldn't be asexual, but why am I attracted to asexuals? Here we go. Or you see his roommate is also hilariously asexual, so there's no escape for him. There we go. Not the Silas from the weird Play-Doh game. Oh no. Ah shit. I mean, I don't care. Like, oh no, I kidnapped the guy from the game I don't play, and I forced him to be a constantly cocked block horny man. Oh no! He has a fate worse than death. Sexual purgatory. Let me stop. I'm going to hell. Like, not the sexual purgatory. What have you done? I didn't stop being mean to him, but it's so fun. Like, he's just kind of over there minding his own business. He's just over there minding his own business. Hey, Jackie, hello at all. What I think to join on what purgatory? Sexual purgatory. Don't worry about it. How are you? Oh god. Basically, this guy, his name is Kyo. He works at the Catboy Cafe. But he's like, he keeps finding himself attracted to asexuals for some reason, and he doesn't know why. It just keeps happening. Let's see, got rain down the roof, work is over. Ooh. That's a real purgatory, exactly. Don't worry, he only is attracted to humans though, so none of the Catboys strike his fancy. You know? Even though some people thought they did. He's like, no. First of all, these guys are kind of low-key annoying. He's like, these guys are low-key annoying. No, thank you. Because before Evie got there, he was like kind of in charge of them sometimes, and he's like, oh god. Like, he'd have to worry about this little orange one right here tackling him at random, and he's just like, like, he'd have to deal with Ginger jumping on him, you know, because Ginger's just like, he's like a walking cat tree, and he's like, no, stop. And he's just like, okay. But then because he also just likes how, because what would happen, right, is that because of Kyo's reflexes, he'd always catch Ginger before Ginger can get to them, and he would just kind of instantly fling him somewhere, which, unfortunately, Ginger thinks is fun. Okay, what if I did it anyway? Like, oh, hey, Raphael, hello. So Ginger's like, whee! Because, well, he's a Catboy, so he can always, like, you know, land on his feet. And so, like, Kyo's just like, oh my god! He'd have to worry about that. He'd have to chase down Blue because Blue got scared, so he'd have to chase Blue down, you know? And Blue, like, unfortunately, is surprisingly fast, so he's, like, running away, and, like, Kyo has to go chase him down the street and shit. And he's like, so he's just like, so he's just happy that, you know, Evie is there, and that now this is Evie's problem, so he doesn't have to worry about it. He's like, finally, I don't have to do this anymore. You know? Because it's like, he's just like, he's like, ugh. He's like, not to mention, if they ever, you know, shed or anything, then he's like, getting out the lint roller because there's fur everywhere. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, again, there's also, like, their manager, who I'll probably draw next time. But, like, there's also their manager, who's, the guys are, like, you know, the guy likes cleaning for fun, so he doesn't mind. But, like, Kyo does not like cleaning, so he's just like, ugh. He's like, all of their hair is visible on me. All of it. All of their hair. I hate this. Because all of their hair is visible upon his person. There is no escape. There is just gonna be cat hair everywhere. Okay. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, he's very much like, I don't want to deal with any of this. You know, he's not really a cat person, as it were. He's only doing this for the money. You know. Of course, then like freaking Evie shows up and he's just like, now I'm doing this to impress her in particular. Like, she's just kind of minding her own business. You know. Like, she's over there minding her own business, and he's just kind of like, well, crap. You know? I think we're all good down here. Cause I just want the most minimum amount of shadows as possible. Most minimum amount. Most minimum amount. There we go. Like that. Like that. Oh, no. Definitely not. Definitely not. Okay. Yeah, he's like, I don't know. He's like, he's a responsible guy, but he's very much like, he calls them fuzzbees instead of catboys. He just calls them fuzzbees. You know? Like frisbees, but with fuzz. Let's see here. Why he decided fuzzbees was an acceptable name for catboys, we will never know. We will never know. But that is what he calls them, so that is what they are. Oh, that was weird. There we go. Like these. Go. Oh, I gotta do a skin. But yeah, like I said, former mercenary question mark. You know, he doesn't smoke anymore. The smoking is bad, and he doesn't like how it affected his taste buds. So he's a former smoker. You know, he doesn't do it anymore. Works as a chef. Likes cooking and baking. Which, yes, they should, even though most people consider them the same thing. They're not the same. But yes, likes cooking, likes baking, you know, is perpetually horny, but he is surrounded by unhorny people for some reason. So, he is just living his worst life. There we go. Which I kind of want to do it. There we go. Just, I don't know, because having it be, like, straight black felt, like, a little weird. Felt a little weird. Let's add that. There we go. And here we have the Kyo. We have the Kyo. Okay. Let me just add his color swatches, and then this will be his character sheet. This should be his character sheet. How do I have the others? Okay. So we start with the hair first. Okay. There we go. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah, I don't know. I like him. He's a very fun character. You know, if you need him, he will still be there. You know, but he's surprisingly also pretty casual most of the time. You see his eyes light up whenever he sees a new cookbook. He's just like, and he also does like to try and kind of make up recipes. That's his other favorite thing to do. You know, he's not one of those throwing whatever, but he'll be like, he's like, okay, but what if I do add, like, I don't know, crumpled up dried salmon to this? Like, he will still do stuff like that. You know, he's just like, He's like, crumpled up dry salmon or to not crumpled up dry salmon. Yeah. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Other reason he bonds with Evie is because, like, you know, she actually does have a refined taste, because he's like, I can't trust the cats because they will literally eat anything. You know? So he's like, he can't trust the cats. Can't trust the cats. There we go. So he's just like, so they talk about recipes all the time, you know, because I'm not really a fan of they only like the person because they find them, like, physically attractive. No, we need more than that. Like, we need more than just, wow, this person sure is attractive. No, we need more. We need them bonding over mutual interests. and hobbies. That's the way it should be. None of this like, oh wow, I sure am attracted to this person physically. And in no other way. That's just me though. I do prefer there to be a little bit more substance. Just a bit more than that, you know. Maybe other people can settle for nonsense, but not me. Yeah, I just need the main colors here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I might actually be able to sketch Amelia after this. I need her for the first chapter. I need her for the first chapter, so I should at least sketch the woman. I'm not gonna be able to color her today, but I can at least sketch her. There we go. Okay, so you're done. So we're gonna go and export you. Export! Oops, I did it again. Oh, crap. Okay, well, it's too late. Oh, jeez. Okay, so Kyo's done. Yes. Okay. I'll figure out his height chart later. Okay. And oh, I can't believe I did this in my original. I guess. Anyway, 1 second. I'll be right back because I have to fix something. So BRB. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I had a bit of a saving snafu there. I basically drew over one of my original files I shouldn't have, so I had to go fix that. But I fixed it, so that's fine. Also, thank you very much. Okay, so we're gonna do Amelia next. All right. Let's see. So for her, I've only drawn Amelia once, and I know she definitely doesn't look like that anymore. Who's this person? So this is the lady who created the cat boys. She can do other things, but making cat boys is kind of her hobby. So, but yeah, she's the one. She's basically now, one thing I love and hate about my setting of New Brightston is it's just 8 with extra steps, because I hate and love the Nasuverse, you know. So she's basically my version of what's her name? Aoko, yeah, I believe it's Aoko Aozaki. Let me make sure that No, or is it Toko? Let me check. It's not like because one of them I hate. Let me look up. Let me look her up. I think it's Toko actually. Is it Toko? I can't fucking spell. Oh god. Yeah, Toko Aozaki. She's basically my version of Toko Aozaki because I think Toko Aozaki is a very underestimated character and she's beautiful and I love her and I wish she was everywhere. So she's kind of my version of her. Oh, she's such a great character. Oh my god. Yeah, she's basically my version of her. Because I really like that character. She's that's why her main color is red. It's why she's just able to do hilarious nonsense. She can she also, because obviously she can make like I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. But she can make let's see. She can also make actually let me put a border in here so I can just not accidentally do that thing again. Okay. But yeah, she can make homunculi, she can make chimeras and other stuff. Hi Axel, hello. She sounds a bit, yeah, she's a little bit like Washu too from Tentemuyo. She's a bit like her. She's also like a bit like her. She's very much you never really know exactly what she is able to do. You're never quite sure. The thing is, she's one of those characters that she will appear and disappear just when she's like also like, you know how Gandalf will just disappear and reappear when they need him? She also does that. Like, you never know what she's doing, you never know where she is, but she's bound to show up sooner or later. Go. Yeah, speaking of, not gonna lie, I thought it was the other girl, I forgot her name, but she's a good farmer at FGO, but hard to do farming. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Does she also have red hair? Because I have to fight not to play FGO because I'm like, there's so many hot dudes. Keep them away from me. That does not help. Oh my god. I think Alko is like the sister, who I personally blame for the downfall of the universe to save some guy that no one gives a shit about. Who did nothing wrong. Who's great. Oh wait, Bazette. Is it Bazette? Bazette gets red hair. I love Washu, but dear god, she scares me. Like, bro, I watched Tenchi when I was 14. When Washu appeared, she terrified me so bad. But what? Why? She's not that bad. Okay. But yeah, basically that kind of mad scientist, you know, that kind of mad scientist, you know, but my other favorite thing about Amelia is that she's also indirectly responsible for a lot of chaos. Like, she has like 3 apprentices. Well, yeah, she has 3 apprentices, one she cut ties with who became crazy. One who's still around, and she's one of the other top mages in the city. She's the mentor of Bianca. And yeah, it's her Aoko Aozaki. She's like a nuker, but damn. Yeah, I don't really like Aoko. I don't really like her, but I don't think she's a bad character or anything. I don't know. I just don't like her narratively because she's a trope I'm not a fan of, which is the younger sibling being good because of weird luck, not because she actually tries. That's actually why I don't really like Aoko, and why I like her sister more, because her sister just very much feels like this lady would rule the planet if the author didn't have favoritism towards teenagers. She constantly tries to experiment on him and tried groping Tenchi without his consent. To be fair, a lot of stuff happens to Tenchi without his consent. There we go. Like a little bit smaller because she's an older lady. There we go. But like, I don't know, just there's like certain aspects of her character that I really like. Yeah, I actually do prefer Toko as a character. You get way more mileage out of Toko. Like, Aoko just kind of, she's like the boring kind of Mary Sue. What's a weird fact? Tenchi's English VA actually became a Broadway musical director. Huh. That's hilarious. And so I do like the, you know, the powerful mentor character, kind of like what Gojo is before Gojo does whatever the hell he does to get himself McMattered. I don't know. I like the Jujutsu Kaisen, but I stopped because I know certain characters die and I don't want to see how they go. Yeah, like Gojo's also kind of similar to that character archetype of a strong mentor character who's impossibly powerful that you never quite know where the limit is. Though I think he gets curb stomped by Sukuna or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't want to know. But like but the female versions of this are like Washu, as well as Toko. Like you never really know how like powerful Toko is. And my favorite thing is that she'll just kind of crop up in places and you have no idea what the fuck she's doing there or how she even got anything she did. You know? Like, I really, really like Toko. So basically, Amelia, for me, is just Toko. She's basically just my version of Toko. You know? Of mysterious, red is her signature color, you know? And she does stuff and people are always after her. They already have a future series of the events after JJK. The crap. He didn't get curb stomped by Sukuna. I will defend both. He didn't get curbed. Well, I mean, that's fine. I don't know what happened, so if he puts up a fair fight, that's cool. Am I gonna do my favorite thing? Yes, I am. She's gonna get 2. Because no one can stop me from giving my characters beauty marks. No one can stop me. But what's this? Okay, I can actually just get rid of that. Now that I have the proportion right. But like but yeah, I don't know. There's like a lot of things like, you know, that I like about characters like that, and because they tend to be like adult women, they tend to get a little bit shafted in my opinion, you know? Which I'm not really a fan of. I'm not really a fan. Like, oh yeah, Yoko from Pollock is also similar to this type of character. She's also been influenced by Yoko. So, how Yoko herself is also another character whose power is very mysterious, but she has a lot of random knowledge, and you never know what the crap is going on. She's also a really big influence for her. That. Okay. Very good. He did, surprisingly. Despite Sukuna's massive amount of bullshittery, Gojo did put up a fair fight. Well, that's good. But yeah, so those are all the influences that I have for Amelia, is that she's a very mysterious woman. You never really know what she's up to. And she's just always just around. You know? But she doesn't stay still long enough for you to really get a hold on what she's up to. You know? She'll just kind of show up and then leave. Speaking of JJK, a YouTube channel called Death Battle did an episode of Yuji, the MC of JJK and Denji from the Chainsaw Man, and who would win in a battle, and the death to the death, and JJK fans were not happy with the results of Denji's win. I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, doesn't, like, Yuji also get killed by Sukuna in, like, the first episode or something? Like, I don't think that's very surprising. He gets, like, I mean, well, to be fair, they both get McMurdered. I don't care. Like, to be fair, no fans are ever, happy about their favorite whatever the crap getting defeated by whoever the crap. Like, I remember, like, okay, to be fair, because, again, we will not crash out about this, but I was very happy that Asta from, Black Clover killed Deku. So, you know, because 1, I hate Deku. 2, I like Asta. So, you know what? That was my Christmas present. It's like, Subby, will you ever stop hating on Deku? No, I will always hate on Deku. That is my right. I will always hate on Deku. Didn't take you for a fan of Black Clover. Actually, yeah, I am actually a fan of Black Clover. Fuego Leon is my husband. I will fight people. I will fight people for my husband. Like, I can always tell when I really like something whenever I make a fanfic about them getting a girlfriend that looks surprisingly like me. I forgot what I named the woman who becomes his wife in the fanfic, because she literally refused to join any other, she refused to join any other, group but his, and he kept rejecting her because he's like, you're supposed to be here because you want to protect people. And she's like, yeah, I'm only here to date you. And he's just like, stop. You know, which she learns to be less an obsessive weirdo and more of an actual, like, you know, knight. Like, because her power was portals, but she was a freaking maniac about it because she got rejected 3 years in a row. No, not Yami. She liked Fuego Leon, the red-haired guy. Yeah, the lady's her magic was portals, but she was like absurd about hers. Like, yeah, she could just use it for travel, or she could use it to basically launch bullshit at people. Like, it was very funny how she kept her stuff going. She got very psychotic about her magic after a while. Because she'd literally set up traps somewhere with her portals and then literally used them to attack people. Like, she was absurd. Okay, I think that works. What are we gonna do for your hair? What are we gonna do for your hair? Let's see. How much time do I have left? Not that much. My nose. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Yami, but, like, you know, he's not my favorite character. Like, he's very close. Basically, if I did not see Fuego Leon, I probably would have liked Yami instead. But I don't know, I just have a thing for the super passionate, super, you know, has a sense of justice type of guys. I know it doesn't seem like I would, but I do. You know? I also like Gorgon. Gorgon's adorable. But yeah, I'm very much in the okay, what am I gonna do with you? What am I gonna do with you? I think you keep your hair in like a ponytail, probably. Yeah, I think you have your hair in a ponytail. Here we are, a ponytail. Let's see. Put some in the front too. You just have a lot going on here. Alright. Anyway. Damn, I need to catch up a lot of animals. I just like regarded Black Clover, like, it suffers from the thing where the main character is very loud. The main character is very loud, and I know a lot of people don't like loud characters, but he's a very loud guy. He also, and I'm sorry, one thing I like about Black Clover, which is unintentionally funny, Asta is kind of uggo. Like, he is a little uggo, okay? He very much has a anti-Fujoshi design. Like, the fact that you can't really ship him very easily is very funny, because he looks really stupid. Wait, do you guys know what Asta looks like? Let me show you what Asta looks like. Let me find my boy. My thing's gonna freeze. It's gonna be okay. It's alright. Black. If I freeze, it's okay. It doesn't matter. I need to just get this image right quick. I'll unfreeze eventually. I just need to get a picture of this idiot, please. A clear picture of this idiot, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay, I got it. He is so short! Oh my god, this boy! Okay. But look at this idiot, okay? Look at him! He's so stupid looking! Like, 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 this thing is he never loses this stupid little thing. His hair is awful. His eyes look weird. He's a weird, like, these pants. He's so small. And he never gets taller. He just gets wider. He just gets buffer sideways. He's so good. I love him so much. He's my son. I love Asta so much. Like, he's so cute. He's so cute. I love him. My other favorite thing about him is, instead of, like, despite him technically getting a harem, he only notices Sister Lily, in the orphanage that raised him. There's a girl named Sister Lily. He is obsessed with her, and I love that because he doesn't think about anybody else. I haven't gotten far enough that changes, but the fact that he's obsessed with, like, Sister Lily is the funniest thing ever. I love him so much. He's so little bro coded, and I think it's funny that because he looks like this, you can't really ship him very well. He looks very stupid, because if you take away, for example, if, like, wait 1 second, let me show you how you just can't fix him. You can't fix him. So, for example, right, if we were to get rid of his weird little hair doodle, he still looks stupid. he still looks dumb if you get rid of this. So if you get rid of that, he still looks stupid. If you, like, you know, I don't know, got rid of this extra weird tuft that makes it look like an animal's eating him, you know, he still looks stupid. The stupid is ingrained. Like, he just looks really dumb no matter what you do. He looks naked with that. He does. Like, ugh, he looks really weird without it. Ew. I kind of low-key hate this. Ugh, gross. Anyway. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, the little hair duel. But honestly though, he's actually a really great character. The other reason I really like Black Clover is it doesn't suffer as much from shonen spotlight syndrome. I don't think that's the professional. Oh yes, thank you very much for the care combo. I stretch. I don't know, my whatever's doing, and I'm gonna drink some water. But the series, in my opinion, doesn't really suffer that much from shonen spotlight syndrome. Basically that thing that happens where everyone else is literally just set dressing for the main character. Like, in my opinion, Black Clover doesn't actually do that. Like, yeah, Asta is the main character, but it actually does give other characters a place to shine, and but it's in a really thought out kind of way, you know? Now that I got a second job, I want to go back to buying Black Clover manga. Ooh, nice. I might start buying manga too. And so, like, it's very much like, I like how you do learn about the characters in a pretty organic way, you know? And it doesn't feel like it's tacked on. Like, you get everybody's backstory, but it doesn't feel like, you know, it doesn't do that thing where you're like, why are we talking about this? I don't care. Like, the series doesn't do that to you. You know, it actually doesn't make you feel like learning about these other characters is a waste of time, you know? And I actually greatly appreciate that, you know, that it actually does care about, you know, it actually cares about its other characters. They're not just set dressing for the main kid, you know? And, like, hell, the fact that, like, you know, so many characters get to because like a lot of times that the issue isn't just keep punching it, like, and I also do like how his main thing is that he can't use magic, but they use that to their advantage, and I like that, because a lot of times it's like he is OP, but like not really. Like, he's definitely not as OP as he probably could be, you know? Like, I don't know, like, Black Clover does a lot of things that shonen stories don't, and because I don't like shonen, man. But, like, it does a lot of stuff that most shonens don't, and as a result, it's just a lot more fun for me, because I'm gonna be completely honest, I am just not a shonen fan. I'm just not. Like, nothing against shonens, but they do have a very big problem, you know? They do have a very big problem with a lot of things that I just can't stand, you know? And in the audience, like, nothing against anybody who is a shonen fan, but, like, y'all be insufferable low-key sometimes. Like, real strong, but he's still a human at the end. He is, and I also do like how, you know, sometimes he has to depend on his friends, but that actually means something, you know? Like, it really does feel like the camaraderie is earned in the series. It's not just, oh, well, you saved me that one time, so now I'm gonna be completely loyal to you. It's more like, you know, I do appreciate that but I actually do really appreciate that even the people who don't like it because they have a valid reason to. It's not Asta's fault, but, you know, but even then, they're like, well, my sister will be sad if something happens to you, and I love my sister more than anyone else. That one creep, you know? Or something else where they see he inspires people. That, yeah, he's technically, literally a disabled person running a marathon, but that's inspiring. That, yeah, people look down on him because he can't use magic, but, well, he still tries no matter what. I love him for that. I love that he tries no matter what. That even though he can't use magic, he's like, no, I'm still gonna become the magic king or whatever the fuck. Like, the fact that he still tries even though he's in a world that literally hates his existence is really inspiring, and I like that about him, you know? And, like, a lot of people are like, yeah, but, can he, like, you know, bench press a planet or whatever? I'm like, who cares, man? Damn! Some of these people be killing me. They're like, oh, but, like, because he's not, like, and the thing is, like, I don't know. I like that even even his, like, the fact that him and his rival both have the same goal, but it's like, I don't know. I like how you technically have his childhood friend who's, like, you know, basically a genius, but he also respects him because he was raised alongside him. He doesn't really ever look down on him because he's like, yeah, sometimes it seems like he does, but he's like, you know what? No, because they both have a dream and because they were both orphans and shit. Like, it's a very inspiring anime that I really wish that more anime would be like, especially shonen anime, but a lot of them are a little too focused on, like, you know, how do we make the 12-year-olds be completely fine with being sexist and weird? You know? Like, the fact that, like, the fan service is very, like, you know, normal, like, yeah, I do not like power scalers. I can't. Like, they need help. All of them need therapy. Anyway. Also, I really fucking love Asta and Yuno's relationship. Like, these guys aren't just rivals, they're brothers who kill for each other. Exactly! Like, I like that, and I think that's the, I mean, that doesn't, them being brothers doesn't stop shippers, but I like the fact that, like, Yuno was made very handsome, and Asta was made to look like ass, and that's still my favorite thing. People can fight me. Like, you know, you just can't ship them at all. Not really. Like, you can't. Like, you can, but, like, you're gonna have to change everything about Asta to even make that work, and it's just, I don't know. Like, and also, like, I'm not gonna lie, I low-key love, Charmy and, you know, people, like, I don't care, like, whatever, they're funny as shit. Like, he just saved her food, and she's just like, ah, my food-saving prince, and I'm like, oh my god, what is the funniest shit ever? Who's my favorite Black Bull? Charmy. Charmy is my favorite Black Bull. She is so fun. I love her so much. They're brothers and want nothing more than to see the promised day they made to earn from their efforts. Yes. Wait, Sammy, have you caught up or are you on Black Clover? I haven't caught up at all, sadly. I think I'm on, like, season 3, I think. We've been watching the anime, but I'll probably just have to read the manga so I can get as far as possible. I think where some shonen falls flat is for people is DBZ effect, in which all of a sudden only 2 characters become gods and destroy the contents to planet. Yeah, like, again, DBZ wasn't always like that. It became like that, but like, I don't know. I think it's just kind of sad that it became like that. You know, that it literally just turned into this fight fest and you can't take anything seriously because they could just bring people back from the dead or whatever. Like, I don't know, I always felt like that's a really sad effect that like Dragon Ball just kind of caused, that it's all about the power scaling now. That's all it's about, you know? And I don't know, I just like, it's just kind of sad. Like, it's just kind of sad that that's all people care. Like, not everybody, obviously, but that how most people just care about, oh, well, can this person, you know, kill this other person? Or can this person, like, you know, well, can your guy lift, like, you know, an entire dimension with his pinky toe? And I'm like, who cares? Like, or how people get really weird about them being in, like, relationships. Like, I'm just like, can y'all, like, calm down? Y'all need help. You know? Ooh, okay, yeah, no spoilers. I love Charmy. Charmy is my favorite Black Bull. I will fight people. Doesn't help that Toei keeps shooting series in the goddamn foot. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's very frustrating to me just because of how interesting a lot of these series can be, but people are like so busy. It doesn't even matter if the series are good or not. All people care about is, yeah, but can I, like, use this to vicariously live through because I you know, I don't know. Like, I'm a weirdo. I'm not sure about our bangs. Because I like this, but I'm not sure about this. Let's see, let's tell them this. Where is it? Okay, let me just turn this down. Try something else. Let's see here. There we go. And Death Battle. Oh my god, Death Battle is like a scourge upon the plane. Like, like I'm not gonna lie. I am not a fan of Death Battle. I don't understand why it's a thing. It's really annoying. I don't like it. I don't care how much research they've done. It's stupid. Like, I have never been a fan of Death Battle. Like, I have not. It pisses me off so much because people, like, tie so much of their, like, identity up into that stupid thing. Like, ugh. Maybe, like, this would be a little better. Like, I just didn't like how big it was. Maybe, no, maybe it should just be smooth. Maybe it should just be smooth. Okay, I think I might just do that instead. That's basically just this. You know what? Yeah, I think this, ooh, wait. I think I'll do this instead. There we go. Wait. Because I imagine with her, she's not very, like, she's mysterious, but she's not that mysterious. So. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. I think that actually works out pretty good for her. Anyway. Hey, hello, how are you? Oh god. Ellie's favorite Black Bull is the Wine Witch Lady and the Blue Roses Captain. To be fair, valid choices. Research and half the time it's just blatant bias. It is. Okay, making games. Ooh, that's good. That's good. But yeah, I don't know. Like, again, if you like shonen, I don't care. It's fine. But like, I kind of just don't like how it doesn't matter what the original message was. It will get lost in, but is this stronger than Goku and can they fight Superman? I'm so tired. like that's all it always gets reduced down to is, but can he fight Superman? I'm like, Superman wouldn't fight him. Like, I think the problem is I also tend to be very, is this something that would canonically happen? And most of the time it wouldn't. You know, most of the time it wouldn't even happen, but so many people want that weird justification of, you know, I'm living vicariously through this character who should totally fight for no frickin' reason, you know? Like, it's just not mind-numbing in my opinion. like I'm so tired. I'm so tired of that. Where's your face? Where is your face? There it is. Like, I'm just so tired of that. I was about to say, the collab with Black Clover, until I remember the collab was only about you know, and the other solo brand. Yeah. Like, most of Death Battles would actually not end in the motherfucker dying. Like, and that's the part that kind of gets me, like, why they gotta die, though? Why everybody gotta get murdered? You know? Why we gotta do that? You know? Like, and it's frustrating because everyone's like, oh, well, you know, we gotta be more adult and adults like to murder or whatever. And I'm like, do they? Do they? Like, do they really? Why are we doing this? I think I just need to move, like, this part down. Okay. Yes. Like, I'm just saying, you know, Death Battles should be sunk, like, with Rooster Teeth. Like, it's... Like, and I understand that it's literally, like, they're doing what's popular. People love this, but it's like, ugh. Because it's called Death Battle, not beaten to a pulp battle. Same, do you like Evangelion? What diva do you like? I do like Evangelion, and I like Shinji. So yes, I do like whatever the purple one is. The purple one, the purple Eva is my favorite. If you think about it, Death Battle is rage bait. It probably is, yeah. Okay, let me just actually merge all this. But, like, I'm just like, I don't, like, man, like, I forgot, I was in a server somewhere, and someone got mad at me because I said I like Shinji. Like, oh my god, they got so mad at me because I like Shinji. Like, oh my god, like, Shinji's, like, my favorite, like, Evangelion character. People be mad at me. Because I'm just like, I'm sorry for having empathy, I guess. I like Shinji. Oh no, and I'm not even saying like I like Shinji for shipping reasons, because those are cowards. I like Shinji as a character. You know, I understand the whole thing of the hospital and Asuka's unconscious body, whatever the fuck. I don't care. Like, be like, oh, well, that one scene, I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do about it, man? Like, jeez. Y'all will be up here, like, some of y'all will be, like, not y'all, but, like, some of the people will be like, oh, well, I'm gonna be okay with blatant creepiness towards 12-year-old children, but I draw a line at this little shrimp boy being kind of stupid for a minute. To be fair, just to watch Death Battle for the animations is interesting matchups, and versus, like, Metal, like, Cell versus Metal Sonic, the ultimate copycats. Like, I don't know. Again, because again, like, the fact that, like, and I also, like, kind of, you know, I don't know, I just, the whole thing, like, every single time, like, the whole thing about Shinji, like, happens, I get very annoyed because people will be like, oh my god, and then they'll be like, oh, but Gendo's the GOAT, or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna go home. Like, oh man, Gendo's, like, the coolest guy ever, and I'm like, he's worse! He's so much worse! He's so much worse! But Shinji, though, and I'm like, I'm gonna fight people. Like, it's like, boy's been through trauma, but nobody gives him any type of empathy. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I think this is, good for her. A bit more, though. Alright. That stuff always just be getting on my nerves, though. People being like, oh my god, and then these will be they're like, oh my god, like, you know, like, Ooh, Evangelion clothing. Okay. But they'll be like, oh my god, like, Shinji did that one thing, and then these will be the same people who have, like, freaking, like, Asuka body pillows or whatever. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about Shinji's a piece of trash and you're actively gooning to a 14-year-old. Get out. like, get out, you know, or whatever the crap they do with Rei, which is even worse. Don't get me started on Rei. I don't hate Rei, by the way. I think she's a very interesting character. I just think it's really sad that she's just gooner bait 90% of the time. And I'm like, there was a character here once, but we don't know where it went. Like, ugh. Let's see. And do I like you can tell I don't care about the guy because I don't remember what his name is. What's his name? The white-haired dude? Let me look him up. Is it Evangelion? Is that his name? Oh, what was his name? Kaoru. You would think I would like Kaoru from Evangelion. I fucking don't. I don't like him at all. I do not like Kaoru. Shinji, much like the other two pilots, is mentally unwell and was used by adults that he was supposed to trust. Exactly. Oh, actually, Sammy, if you love Black Clover, watch Ah, I see. Isn't that like the Battle Harry Potter show? There we go. How much time do I have left? I got 9 minutes. Okay. I gotta fix her proportions a little bit. Let's see here. Oops. Let's fix this. Make this a little smaller for proportion's sake. Thank you. Anyway, I think so. Ah, I see. I heard that's very. I've seen that looks very nice visually. I just. Like, as someone who I am a fan of Evangelion, but I don't like saying that I am because people are weird when it comes to Evangelion, you know? Because I thought the themes were interesting and I really liked it, you know? But there's literally, like, there's the people who like it and then there's the gooners that like it. Remember, if you have anything remotely close to an action, if you have an action figure of only the girls, you're terrible. But yeah, I don't like Kaoru at all, maybe because there's just nothing to him. There's nothing to him. Like, Kaoru felt very... He felt like wet tissue paper to me as a character. Like, when he, like, died, I felt literally nothing. I thought it was funny. Because there's just not much going on with him, you know? Like, because I don't have, like, you know, Pervo shipper glasses, I can't just be like, oh, you know... he also felt like a predator from the second he showed up. Like, because I like Shinji just needed some proper empathy, and like, because I knew that Kaoru was the only one who was just not an active dick to him, you know? So, him, like, basically being used against him didn't surprise me, but I'm just like, man, this boy is so starved for attention that he's willing to deal with a predator. Kaoru feels like a fucking predator. I feel like Chris Hansen should have showed up. Do I want to give you pockets? I do want to give you pockets. There we go. You have pockets. I feel like I need to do something about your eyes, though. I need to do something about your eyes. But, like, I don't know, just like Kaoru felt like a predator. I couldn't take anything that happened with him seriously, you know, and then all Shinji needed was a proper hug from someone who wasn't going to be a creep to him. And everyone's like, oh man, he's so weak, he should have just gotten the robot. I'm like, man, I'm not going to get in the robot for a bunch of people that hate me. Screw you. Handsome, the 18th angel? Is it? Oh, and the AMC has a twink roommate, bro. There's an episode that will make you laugh so hard when he shows up. Okay, actually, before I decide to even think about this, is there a panty shot and what episode does it happen? Let me know. I mean, why is that relevant? Let me know. Are there panty shots, and if so, what episode does it happen? Anyway. Oh, my favorite question. Let's see. Look, if it's something that distinctly will tell me exactly how I will feel about a show, is knowing this information. I have to know this information. And if there's no panty shots, does a woman get groped? Anyway. I can't believe I wrote Christ. Oh god, it is Christ Hansen! It's Chris Hansen, but it's the face of Christ! No fan service whatsoever. No. Because someone told me that there's no fan service, and someone gets actively fondled in episode 1. I have to ask these questions, because I do know that there are pretty girls in this series. So, I'm not gonna lie, Axel, if I watch this thing and I see either a girl get fondled or a goddamn panty shot, I'm gonna come after you. He's perfect then, fucking Christ. I think this works out pretty good for her. Yes. Yes! No groping either? I'll be the judge of that. Like, the reason I like to ask that is that these are things that people kind of don't pay attention to when they watch a series. So, sometimes it'll be there, but people just didn't notice it because they're so used to things being way worse. I'll probably still give it a chance because the story itself does feel very interesting to me. But I swear to God, the minute I see a panty shot, I'm gonna check out. Like, I should just make my own personal bingo of things that will turn me off of an anime. It's just like, is there a panty shot? Is there random waifu bait? Like, is there weird posing? Anyway, I need to do some better lights. Because again, these are things that'll like, or if there's like, or my favorite, is there a shower? If there's a woman's shower scene within 3 episodes, if that happens, I will literally die. Like, not die, but I'm gonna scream. But yes, if a woman is having a shower scene in the first 3 episodes, that's gonna be a big no from me. Because that's always an indication of there's future nonsense to come. Yes. Like one episode where the girl character gets her clothing messed up because she blocked a fucking nuke and yells at the guys that launched the nuke at her. Ask Ellie, we watched the entire show, literally no panty shots, 0 ecchi. Okay, then I'll give it a chance, because like, I just can't stand it because it'll be distractingly weird, you know? Like, that's literally why I'm like that, because if it's something that they just thrown in, it's literally the equivalent of jangling keys, and I can't stand that. They'll be like, oh, there's an important plot point. Oh no, we're losing the 12-year-old boys. Jangle the boobs. Jangle the boobs. Are they still here? Okay, good. Plot again. Oh, crap, they're looking at their phone. Oh, look, there's panties. And I'm like, I'm so tired. Because I know stories can be told without these things, and they keep doing it. They keep doing it. People are like, check out Fire Force. Hell no. Check out Solier. Hell no. Like, I'm so tired. Like, Solier's weird. Solier is weird. Isn't this also the show where the MC fought a creature in a mine and only used smarts and strings? I think so. Like, I've heard about the show, and I heard it's actually really cool. I think I made like a joke about it somewhere about like I think the rival has red hair and then he had a fetish for getting beat up or something. I think I just made up a joke about that somewhere, but there we go. But here she is. Here is the gloriousness that is Amelia, the lady that created the cat boys. Here she is. Behold. I want to give her some earrings. Let's see here. I'm gonna give her some earrings too. Just add a little bit to her silhouette. There you go. She probably has some rings too. Anyway. Oh wait, no, she also has glasses because there is no way I'm gonna make a lady this cool and not give her glasses. Hell no, fam. Yeah. Cause there ain't no way I'm gonna let this lady not have a fucking cool sunglasses. Yeah, they're gonna be completely, because I love the completely round ones. There we go. Cause there ain't no way. What? Cause I'm like, there ain't no way I'm gonna let a lady this cool pass by without no fucking glasses on. Hell no. Okay, perfect. Yes! Yes! Anyway. Brooding emo teacher and a cheerful supportive character teacher. Oh, nice. I keep seeing the clip I've added to the list of anime to finish. There's also 2 male teachers you might actually unironically shrimp for. Oh no. Can Amelia shoulder carry me? I mean, if you want her to. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. So this is probably going to be as far as we get because it's already 1 o'clock. We'll probably continue this and one other character on Friday because I need to get these characters done because she shows up in the first episode, so I gotta actually figure out what this woman looked like. I do like this a lot. For her, she's I might change what direction her bangs go. Actually, let me actually change that. But I think it would be better if it goes in a different direction. Yeah, but she has this red coat. 1 second, I'm just gonna do this in case I want to switch it back. But yeah, so she has this coat. She does have this is a coat that was made by her. It does have a hilarious infinity pockets, because of course she does. But yeah, so she has she literally has the pulling whatever out of her pocket nonsense. She will do that. She straight up does. What am I doing? Just use the eraser, you idiot. I feel like technically her hair should go in the other direction. But yeah, so she has the pockets. She keeps pulling random stuff out of her coat. You know, she'll pull random stuff out of her coat. It is very funny. Okay, it's this direction here. I'm gonna make it go like that. Okay. Go like this. That. But yeah, she'll pull random nonsense out of her yeah, no, this is definitely way better. This is definitely way better. But she'll pull random crap out of her freaking coat. You know, she pulls random stuff out of her coat. She's like, you never know what she has in there. And she's like, it's very much a she'll pull out a bazooka or some nonsense out of there. Red coat. Is she English? History joke. Oh god. And I used to call her Carmen Sandiego for the longest time. Because her red coat was like the most iconic thing about her. Yeah, that is way better. Like, this is okay, but this is better. This is way better. Having it actually go towards her ponytail actually makes a way more sense. There you go. But yeah, I just really like her a lot. She's very funny. She seems very irresponsible if you but the minute you think about it, because she knows the names of every single Catboy she's made. She knows all of their names because she gave them all of their names. Even if they change their name, she will find out what it is. Say the Nova hello at all. Not gonna lie, I like that every time you try to hunt down outerwear, I try to find one in the inner pockets because it's safe and easy to access. Oh yeah, exactly. She has 1 billion inner pockets. And because she's a really powerful mage, she has freaking interdimensional pockets or whatever. And then on top of that, how is you? I'm good. And then on top of that, she also has a briefcase that's equally nutty. But she has a briefcase. Sent you one of the teachers? Okay, I'll check it out later. But she has a briefcase. She has and she obviously also has familiars. These are she also has familiars too. She has 4. She has 4 familiars, which is also fun. She literally is Mary Poppins. I don't have to wait. Well, hello at all. Did you eat today? Not yet, but I'm going to after stream. But yeah, so she has 4 familiars that she's gotten over the years. And her familiars are kind of the closest thing she gets to a conscience because they're kind of okay, no. But she has 4 familiars, including one of them who is a sentient sword that she gave a body. She basically gave a sentient sword she found one day a body, so he basically seems human, but he's technically a sword. Because I will have a Token Rambu reference, even if it kills me. But yeah, so she has there's a sentient sword, as one of her familiars. And all kinds of nonsense. She has a lot of stuff going on. Also, thank you very much for the hydrate. I drink tea. She is also where a lot of her, where a lot of people learned kicking the door in from. It's from her, because she will kick the door in instead of knocking. But yeah, she's no, like, now that I've done her, I'm gonna have to redo Beatrice at some point, because Beatrice only has like one art right now, which I'm a little pissed off about. I need to get her some more. I love Beatrice. Yeah, Beatrice was taught magic by her, which Beatrice is really powerful. She's the lady who she has the power of words, so basically she can as long as she can write or say words, she can make really powerful spells. She learned that from her. Sally didn't want to watch it because she started liking the anime and she was scared waiting a year for the next season. That is so valid. I've been there. But yeah, so here she is. A second. There we go. So you can see it a bit better. Yeah, so this is Amelia. She's the most powerful mage that anybody knows about. She is actively being hunted by the Mage Council and the Hunter Association, and like one other organization. She's actively being hunted by them, but they can never find this bitch. And they've already learned the hard way to not try to hold things that she cares about as ransom. They've already learned the hard way not to do that. Because you think, well, why don't they just kidnap the Catboys from Catboy Cafe? They learned already not to do that. They're like, okay, we're not gonna do that ever again. We've been all out on anime this year, though them like Thirsty Manta Water she's made, she's very mad at me for saying you made me like them. Now I have to wait. How could you? Awesome. But yeah, so she's but yeah, that's this is but there you go, everybody. This is Amelia. She is the creator of the Catboys of Catboy Cafe. All of the Catboys were made specifically by her. How she makes them, none of your business. She just does. She has a formula. It's the secret Krabby Patty formula of Catboy. But yeah, she does, but she's actively being hunted by several organizations, so there's that. Will they ever catch her? Probably not. Because they have to figure out how to get her without also making her mad, and that has not worked out very well for anybody, so, you know. They'll figure something out. Like, one day they will figure out how to capture the woman without her actively destroying their house. Solo leveling! So Mary Poppins, but with outstanding warrants? Yes. She's like wanted Mary Poppins. She makes Catboys. I read a hentai with that premise. Oh god, no! A part of me is intrigued, but a part of me also says, girl, don't do it. Cause like, sometimes these stories be having some interesting story, but I'm like, wait, is it? Well, no, like, crap. Now I want to look it up. Wait, let me see. Can I look it up? Because like most of them are BLs. So let me look it up. Let's see here. Esteemed literature. Let's see. Is she Does this bring anything up? I'm gonna say minus AI because I hate that. Well, this just got weird. Anyway, we're just gonna stay away from there. We're just gonna stay away from there. Don't look that up. Anyway. But the real point is this lady isn't a weird pervert. I mean, yeah. Not towards the cat boys, anyway. She's not weird towards the cat boys because the cat boys are basically her children. Some of them even call her mom. There we go. But she cares very deeply about each one. Like that's why she refuses to let anybody who would not be a good pet owner and a not creep near her boys. You know, you're probably like, how does she do it and why? She's like, I don't know. She did it because she can, and I think she makes like a new, like she kind of just makes them whenever she feels like it. Every once in a while, she'll make 2 at a time, like with Blue and Ginger were made at the same time. So technically, all the cat boys are brothers in a weird way because she made all of them, but you know, obviously not biologically, but like I don't know, metaphorically or whatever. Anyway, I love her. She's great. She's a nuisance. She's a menace, but we love her. I think that's a good stopping point for today. That's a good stopping point for the day, because I gotta go by the auto store and get myself a pizza while I'm at it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go back over here. People say that you shouldn't play God, but for her, like, God playing something. Playing God is a sometimes thing. I can't. She could underarm carry the boy, not the boy. Anyway, let's get back over there. Okay. We're gonna save 1,000,000 times. There we go. Now what I meant to do? Close you. Okay. But yeah, we finally get to see the lady who has been making cat boys for the last couple of decades. Actually, I think she's been doing it for longer than that. For once, no stack. Surprising. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised too. Thanks for the stream. But yeah, so she, like I said, these are her nice little custom cat boys that she makes as a hobby. And she's very meticulous when she makes them, by the way. She's very much like, she takes years to make them, so this is not a, you know, she puts them in the microwave and they come out perfect. She takes a while to design them. There's some things she leaves up to chance, like she doesn't choose their personality. She just kind of lets whatever happens with that, because she's like, what fun is it if you don't have some surprises? Oh, also Ellie's working hard and drawing, apparently. She's drawing me! Ah, yes. Perfect. Then I will finally have the blackmail I've been looking for. Anyway. But yes, thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today. So so this Friday, I will be drawing some other characters from Catboy Cafe, because I want to get my comic started again. As for when the comic is going to post, I don't know yet, but I will let you know. If you want a sneak peek at the prologue when I'm done, we'll see. What else is there? Anniversary is on the 24th. Also, this Saturday, I will be collabing with the Triple J. We'll be doing the Pokemon Pokedex, where he describes a Pokemon to me by its description, and I have to draw a human based on that. Oh lord. Have a good day. Thank you very much for the stream. Yes, hasta bye bye, Semio. Bye bye. Have a great day, and don't make any abandon them. I would never. Anyway, be good, behave, and don't eat a horse. I will be looking at you. Also, hey, the Megatron, I'm so sorry I'm about to end stream, but you can definitely join us next Friday around this time. Maybe not this time. If you ever want to join my streams live, I stream on Twitch from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time American on Wednesdays and Fridays. If you're watching the VOD, I hope you enjoyed. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe or whatever. You can also join the Discord, which is right there. You can also join me at you can also watch what I'm up to on Twitter by just going to Semi-Enigma on Twitter. Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna go now. Okay, bye everybody. Have a good day, and hopefully I will see you on Friday. Only one thing to say: curse you, Perry the Platypus. Sorry. Curse you, Perry the Platypus. Okay, let me get out of here. I'm so done. I'm so done.